Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
Will. Corey.
Today's episode is going to be on CoD Blops 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Eric and Will, every year, I guess, say they're not going to get it, but Eric had played the beta. We talked about this before, obviously, but Eric had played the beta for Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and actually enjoyed it, so decided it was going to be a buy for him and Will.
I hated the beta, but Eric talked me into it.
No, Eric did not talk you into it. Eric, Johnny, and Tommy talked you into it.
Yes. So I ended up buying it to play zombies,
Which we've done once. For like
5 minutes. So putting in the time on Blops 3.
Part of it, too, is for the good of the pod, you know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's always one of the biggest releases every year, so we feel like we should cover it in a lot of cases, so.
Yeah.
Right, fellas?
That's right, Dan.
That's the justification.
So that's going to be our...
That's what I always use, at least.
So that's going to be our main topic for this week. Anyone have anything you want to tease?
I wanted to talk about Forza Horizon 2 a little bit. I finally bought that. I've had my eye on it since it came out, and it was on sale for the Xbox One store Black Friday sales.
Nice.
So I finally bought that. I want to talk a little bit about that. And more Fallout, of course.
Yeah, we'll definitely be talking more Fallout later. Will?
I played a little game known as Overwatch.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
I actually had forgotten that I played it a little bit over the weekend, so I didn't really take any notes. So this is going to be off the cuff.
That's
so
all right.
It'll be fun
It's better that way.
to see how I can come up with it. But
Okay.
yeah, I played that. And like some heroes here and there. I have a little bit of a gripe with Heroes of the Storm right now,
Okay.
so I'll get into that.
Sounds good. Corey, do you have anything you want to tease?
Negative.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. I'll be talking a little bit about Yoshi's Woolly World later on during what I played, so...
Do I need to buy it?
I'll explain. No, you can just borrow mine.
Okay.
When the time comes, but that's what I'm going to be talking about. All right, let's get into Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I guess we should probably start with the multiplayer, since if people are tuning in for the first time,
Start with the multiplayer,
we'll start right off with the multiplayer because that's probably what they want to hear about.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I didn't put too awful much time into the multiplayer. And what I did play was Domination, because that's the one that I enjoy and the one I'm usually good at. I'm not good at Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I get my ass kicked real bad.
Yeah.
I've only had a couple games where I did well. But some of the stuff that I like about the multiplayer, I do still, for the most part, have a good time when I'm playing, even if I'm not doing well. I like the specialists idea. As far as I know, there's 9 specialists, unless there's more that you unlock when you prestige or something. And the thing with the specialists is they all have like a different look to them, and they all like, one of them is Outrider, who's kind of like a stealthy looking character, has kind of got that vibe. And they all have 2 abilities that you can unlock. And I really like that. I think it's just kind of a neat thing that they did to change up the multiplayer a little bit. I've been using who is it? Battery. It's a female character, and I use War Machine with her. It's like this big, I think it's like a rocket launcher or grenade launcher or something like that. But what it does is it kind of explodes all over the place unless you hit them dead on, and that's just one hit, one kill. Otherwise, it's like a bunch of mini grenades or something like that. But that's really the only one I've had any luck with. I did take a couple notes on just a few of them just so you could get an idea of what kind of abilities they had. Outrider, like I said, is a stealthier character. She uses Vision Pulse that reveals all the enemies within a certain range. Or you can use Sparrow, which is a compound bow that explodes enemies on impact. Sparrow's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. Vision Pulse is very helpful if you're good at the game, because you know where people are, but if
Then
you're
you
like
can
me,
go kill them.
yeah, if you're like me, you're just going to run there and get killed anyway.
Gotcha.
Prophet is another one. Prophet has Tempest, which is an electric charge gun. You actually have to charge it up, which is kind of a pain in the ass. But it sends like an electric shock through your enemies, and it chains to other enemies in the area. Or he has Glitch, which allows him to flash back to a previous position while everything else stays the same. I used Tempest, which was the electric shotgun. It was pretty cool once I got the hang of it. It was kind of a bitch because you have to charge it up, and as you know, Call of Duty is like
fast,
snap of a finger fast. So that one was kind of tough for me. I didn't use Glitch. But yeah, like I said, for the most part, I've been using battery.
It's kind of like near future
Yeah.
technology wise, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
maybe 2025 or do you know what year everything's supposed to
I
take
do
place?
not. No.
Near future.
Yeah, near future stuff. But I really like that. What did you think of the specialists, Will?
They're actually pretty cool. I like that they added that because it adds a little bit more to the multiplayer, like an extra layer to it.
Yeah, more unlockables too.
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of people complain about how the Call of Duty formula is pretty stale. This is a little something that they could throw in and make it a little bit different.
It's one of the reasons that I enjoyed the beta so much is because changes like that brought a little more customization to it, and the differences in the characters. And I think a lot of the abilities are really cool and useful.
They are.
Because when I play matches, I don't tend to see 4 people on a team using the same one, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Which means it's kind of balanced, you know what I mean? So that's a pretty cool feature that they added. Let's see, what else? Wall running.
Yeah.
And rocket pack boosters or whatever the fuck it is. Thrusters. It's kind of like the mix of Call of Duty and Titanfall.
Halo kind of has that now, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Halo does have that.
Maybe
Doesn't
not
have the wall running.
not the wall running, but the climbing up and jetpacking and stuff.
Boosting.
The wall running is kind of cool. I am just starting to get the hang of it.
It's definitely a different. Like when I first started playing Titanfall, I was on the ground all the time.
Yeah,
because that's how I'd played those games before. Yeah, exactly. It takes a while to get used to that and use that to your advantage.
Riz in the chat said Black Ops 3 is in 2065, 40 years after the events of Black Ops 2.
Oh wow. Okay, so
is.
it's kind of future. It's in the future.
Right.
Cool. Thanks, Riz.
But the wall running is a bitch, and I cannot for the life of me shoot somebody when I'm running on a wall.
Oh, it's really hard.
One thing I don't like is that if you're running on a wall and somebody else is running the same wall but towards you, if you run into each other, you both just fall off and die.
You die?
Yeah.
Just fall?
It depends where the wall is.
Right.
But if there's nothing below the wall, which a lot of them, it's designed that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like they kind of designed it like to use the walls on the outside of the map as another route.
Yeah.
The less traveled, I guess. And a couple times I died because I would run into somebody from the other team as we're running past each other. That's kind of stupid. Just let us go through each other.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's pretty cool. I like running on the walls. It's fun.
Yeah, as Eric said, it's really hard to try and gun somebody down while you're wall running, especially for somebody like me who's not very accurate to begin with.
And I'm not going to put the amount of time in it to master that kind of thing. So it's a little bit frustrating.
I was just kind of use that to escape. I couldn't shoot someone when I was not doing that either.
Yeah.
So. In Titanfall, I should say.
Yeah, so that's a little bit about the specialists. It's still got the thing where you have a certain number of points for your loadout, so you can use, 2 tactical grenades. What I do is I don't use a secondary weapon because I never use it anyway. You die so fast, you don't even need it.
Yeah.
So I don't use it. So I have an extra slot open. I think I'm using the extra slot so I can have 2 perk 2s. I don't remember what they were, but that's what I'm doing. So I like that you have a certain number of points that you can use for your loadout.
Yeah.
And, you can mix and match and stuff like that.
That's kind of neat.
They've been doing that for a while, right?
I think they implemented that in Black Ops 2.
Okay.
I feel like.
All right. Yeah. Let's see. Some of the other modes. Arena mode. Do you know if that's new? Arena mode is apparently for highly competitive matches.
I skipped the last Call of Duty, so I'm not sure exactly what is new and old.
Okay. Well, arena mode's in there. From what I could tell, it's highly competitive matches, and I certainly was not about to jump into any of those, so I didn't touch that. Free run was kind of interesting. It's like a training course kind of thing. Mirror's Edgy.
Okay, yep.
I guess.
I remember seeing a video for that.
I only did the first map, which is the easiest one. I just wanted to try it and get a feel for what it was. And it was exactly that. It was just training me to slide under things or use my thrusters to jump higher, run on walls, shoot while running on walls, stuff like that. It was kind of cool. I don't know. I wouldn't play it. It's like a leaderboard time trial thing.
Oh.
I had one friend on there that had done it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it would not have held my interest any longer than what I played it for. And then, of course, zombies. which, as we said, we only played for a half hour or so. Riz in the chat said that he likes the zombies in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed what we played.
Yeah, it was cool. It reminded me of BioShock a little bit.
Yes, it's got that noir feel to it.
Okay.
Yeah, with the setting and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty cool.
It was a lot to take in.
Yeah.
The map is like big and just kind of all over the place, but it was a lot better than the last one. From what I remember, I hated the last one, but I do want to play this one again.
Yeah, like stuff like you turning into like a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what I was doing, but I was this tentacle monster, and I was like slapping things.
Yeah.
And it was like, what am I doing? And stuff like that. And when you first play these maps, like you don't know where the windows are, where the zombies are coming from.
Right.
So we got wiped out pretty quickly. I think we got to 7. But
If that.
But we're just trying to open up the map and see as much as we can. We went
To
on,
plan out your strategy for later times when you play it.
exactly. We went on like this rail car thing, and went across the map. That was pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I like what they've done with it. It's come a long way from the first one.
Yeah, I watched a little bit on
Still
Twitch.
the best one in my opinion.
Yeah. that
World
was a
at
lot of
War
fun.
was pretty awesome.
Yeah, fucking great game. And that's really it for multiplayer, at least from what my experience has been. It's fast-paced, crazy action, pretty much. Even crazier now with all the special abilities that people have.
Yeah.
You use the special abilities the same way you do in Destiny by
Okay.
hitting RB and LB at the same time. I have it on I'm sorry, on Xbox One, I should say. So that's how you activate it, the same way you do on Destiny. But other than that, I don't think that the maps are all right. I haven't had any complaints about the maps. They're not bad.
Yeah, like I've only played like 3-4 matches online, and
I've played more than that, but
they were like when the game first launched. So I'm a little foggy with the maps.
yeah.
There was 2 snow ones that I really liked.
Oh, you know what? One of the snow ones is my favorite map.
Is it the one with the cabin?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
That
my
one's
favorite.
great. That one's really good. So multiplayer is pretty much the reason that I bought the game. And I do like the multiplayer. I think it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's just fast paced. If you're gonna get a fast paced like spawn die shooter this year, I suggest this one over Battlefront, my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But on to the campaign, which I beat today.
Hey, well done.
Yep.
Whoop.
Played it in 2 sittings. I think it took me a little longer than the How Long to Beat. The How Long to Beat said 8 hours. I think it probably took me closer to 10.
Really?
Sorry, man.
Yeah. Holy shit.
10 hours?
Let's
Wow.
just start from the top here. I take my notes whenever I do this while I'm playing usually
A good idea.
because I'll forget.
Yep.
So you're going to see a turn at some point. Okay. So I'm going to start right at the top. My first impressions were it was a fun, crazy, over-the-top first mission. Ends with a brutal... you actually saw this, Will. Brutal beating from a robot, your main character.
Yeah.
Kind of gets his ass kicked and limbs are removed from him and like
Oh boy.
it's explosions and robots everywhere at the end of it. And it was actually... I thought it was a really good opening.
Yeah, it was a really good opening.
I really enjoyed... Will and I played with Tom... what's it called? Realistic mode?
Yeah, they added a new instead of veteran being the highest difficulty, they added realistic, and you die in 1 shot.
Okay.
And they're like fucking marksmen.
Yeah.
That's a bitch. Like there were so many times that we would just be like in this room, you peek your head out and you just drop.
Yeah.
Hit by a bullet, huh?
Yeah.
And we actually went through it pretty efficiently once we figured out like a strategy.
I think we beat the first 2 missions.
Yeah. There was the one part that we kept dying on,
Yep.
which was ridiculous because we couldn't do anything.
I think that was the second mission.
It was the first mission
First
at
mission?
the very end.
Yes, you have to get on like an evac plane.
Okay.
But
Can you be revived, or are you
Yes,
just?
you can be revived by your teammates.
Okay.
But
That's-
then they're running out in the open.
To get you.
You can move towards them, but slowly, and like you can die in the
Yeah.
meantime, and it's a bitch.
Yeah, it's really hard.
But it adds a nice wrinkle to it.
Yeah.
It's not just like run and gun like Call of Duty usually is, so it's kind of a nice change.
There's some people that like to master that sort of stuff too. So
I could see
that's
that.
an added level of difficulty for them.
That used to be me, and I don't think I'd be able to even
Yeah.
attempt this on realistic. So if anybody does beat it solo on realistic, I would be
Well done.
completely blown away by that.
Oh, I'm sure somebody has.
Someone will or will.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Tenacity. That's what some people.
Chutzpah.
Yeah, they've got the chutzpah.
The next note that I had was at the beginning of the game also, there's like an augmented reality training and debriefing portion that's kind of like your tutorial. They teach you like how to hack into droids and stuff like that, and hack into turrets and, running on walls, all that kind of stuff. Putting you through your paces as the new guy on the crew. I thought that part was really good too. Mm-hmm. I don't think we did that.
No, I didn't get that far.
I just thought that the augmented reality thing was really neat. It was just like, all of a sudden there's this world in front of you that they put in front of you as a training grounds, and it was just awesome.
Uh-huh.
The cybernetic abilities that you get to choose from, there's 3 trees. There's chaos, martial, and control. So control is more about like taking control of robots or taking over their minds. Martial is for like up close hand-to-hand combat, which I tried to use, and it's a bitch in Call of Duty. I was trying to roll with a shotgun and the martial package, and it's hard. So what I ended up using the most was the chaos abilities, because there's one that, what did it do? It basically, like, what it would do is you would make a robot's system malfunction and he would blow up, and any robots that were near him would do the same thing. So it would set off like a chain reaction, and you could just like kill 4 or 5 robots all in one shot.
Yeah.
And it was kind of the same thing for human enemies too. I think I upgraded this one, and what that one did is it sends like a sonic wave or something out, and it drops them immediately when you hit them. So those were the 2 that I used the most. I liked the chaos skill tree the most, but they're all pretty useful and different, which is kind of cool. And one of the things that it does well is before you go out on a mission, it tells you if you should expect like up close combat, medium combat, long range combat, a lot of human enemies, a lot of robot enemies, whatever. So you can kind of pick your loadout based on that, because some of the skills are more robot focused. So that was kind of neat. I really liked how there's like a safe house hub, a CIA safe house that you can, after every mission you go back to, it's where you unlock new weapons, unlock your new skills. There's, I think I unlocked a new outfit after every mission, and I checked it every time and ended up changing it like pretty frequently. It's kind of cool. But you just have like this home base where you can go through and look at all your stuff, and I really like that. There were a lot of disturbing and brutal scenes in this game, more than I remember in some of the other ones. Like, I probably shouldn't even say exactly what it was, but there's a lot of like limbs being removed and fires and stuff like that, and I was like, holy shit, like that was pretty crazy.
Call of Duty getting a little dark.
Yeah, it was getting kind of dark, but it was good. And then I played the second half of the game. I was really enjoying myself. I really was.
Did you play it all in one sitting or
2 sittings?
2 sittings. Okay.
Yeah, I played for about 4 or 5 hours yesterday, and same today. I talked to a friend last night at work and told him how far I was in the campaign. I was like, yeah, I'm actually really enjoying it. Like, the story's kind of cool. I'm having a good time with it. He's like, man, I really don't like it at all. He's like, it's so stupid. And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, well, how far are you? And I told him where I was, and he's like, yeah, it's about right after that it gets really bad.
Nice.
So I was like, all right, well, we'll see how it goes, I guess. Boy, was he right. Oh, my God. The first note I have here, Hendrix, who's kind of your partner throughout the whole thing. The voice acting is so bad. He's just corny and awful and such a jackass of a person. And maybe he's supposed to be that way, but it was a bit too much. Didn't care for that. But the campaign for me fell apart during the mission called Demon Within. For people that have played, I'm not going to get into why really specifically. It just got really, really weird and like I don't even know how to describe it. I just sitting there like, this is just so stupid. Like, you kind of hack into people's minds and shit, and all of a sudden, like, all these zombies are running at me, and I was like, what is the zombies mode all of a sudden? Like, endless fucking waves of these zombies, and I'm just standing in a corner, and they're running at me out of fire, one after another, like, and I'm just mowing them down, and it was just so stupid, and it was completely different from the rest of the game, and it just took me out of it so much. And
Yeah.
after that mission, I kind of got back into it a little bit. That one was fucking terrible.
Right.
Really bad mission. I didn't like any part of it. There was just some weird, like, supernaturally kind of fucking weird sci-fi shit going on. I just wanted to keep going with, like, the CIA, Black Ops, like, bad shit going on behind the scenes stuff. And it got into this weird supernatural, like, weird sci-fi bullshit. And that really threw me off. One of the things that I really did like was in a mission called Sandcastle. There's some flight where you actually are in a fighter jet or something along those lines, and you can take down enemies, and you actually go back and forth between taking down enemies that are on the ground, helping out the ground units, or fighting against the air units or big mechs or whatever. I thought that was actually really fun. It's pretty assisted how it handles. It's not just you, but it's better that way, I feel like.
It's not Microsoft Flight Simulator.
No, it certainly is not that. But I really like that one. The last mission, which is called Life, was so fucking bad.
Oh, really?
Oh my god.
So it ends on the sour note.
If that wasn't the last mission and I was that close to me, I would quit.
Really?
It was so bad.
Oof.
Oh my god. It just really left a terrible taste in my mouth after playing through that whole campaign, which I really liked starting off. I had a great time the first half of it. But my god.
So how do you feel about, because this is one of the first games kind of to have all the missions unlocked all at once. You could jump in and play whatever one you want. How would you feel if you jumped right into the first one, or the first really bad one that you played, if that was your starting point for Call of Duty?
Jesus, I don't even know if I would have played any more of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because you would probably expect that sort of thing for the whole game, right? I mean,
yeah. Riz said he found the campaign kind of lackluster.
Yeah.
I liked the first half of it, like I said.
Right.
I don't know. I don't expect a lot from a Call of Duty campaign. I expect a lot of action. Like a dumb action movie.
I was gonna say it's a shitty summer action movie in a video game.
Exactly. So I wasn't expecting too awful much, and that's what it gave me for the first half, was a shitty action movie with a lot of explosions and people getting ripped apart, and that was fun. I was having a good time. The story was good enough for me. Whatever. Always a good conspiracy theorist. So I was into that stuff, but my god, that last one, and then what was the other one? Demon Within. Oh, Jesus, that was so bad. There was one part in the last one that I got to, and there's these three, not necessarily doors, but it looked like it was branching off into three areas. It would only let me go into one of them, and I said to myself, please God, do not make me do this 3 fucking times. Sure as shit. That's what it did. And I was like, this is so bad. So, yeah. Don't like the campaign.
Gotcha.
Those 2 missions alone were enough to really ruin it for me.
Okay.
It's got kind of an interesting thought behind everything, but that would spoil too much, so I can't really talk about it, but no. Overall, no good.
No good.
The one thing that I'm a little bit excited about that it actually does is I think you have to beat the campaign to unlock this. It unlocks the Nightmares campaign, which is all zombies. Which is kind of cool. I think it's the same campaign, it's just zombies, and I am assuming the story kind of changes somehow.
Right.
But even the Call of Duty menus, before you start anything, they look really nice. Mm-hmm. And when you go to the Nightmares menu, it's a zombie bent over on a table eating somebody's intestines.
Ooh.
It's awesome. It looks really cool. And then he just peers back at you creepily and goes back to eating.
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah, so I do want to try that out.
So I have to beat it now.
You're going to have to get through it so we can try the Nightmares campaign.
I'll try.
Well, does that mean you have to beat all the missions, or do you just have to do the last one?
I think you probably got to beat all of them.
Okay. Do you get like a check mark on the mission menu or something if you beat it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can unlock all the missions because you can do that.
Yeah, but you still have to beat all of them, I think is what he's saying.
Man.
Just put on the easiest difficulty. And
just run through it.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'll do.
So, I guess overall, if you're getting this game, I don't want to tell you to play the campaign, but I do want to tell you to play the campaign so you can unlock the Nightmares campaign.
Yeah.
It just sucks because I really didn't like those 2 missions so much that I can't recommend that campaign.
Yeah.
But the multiplayer is fun.
Right.
It's good, fast-paced action like it always has been, with some new twists. The specialists are awesome. I really like the 2 special abilities for each of them. That's really cool.
Most likely, if you're gonna get Call of Duty, you probably already have it, or maybe are gonna get it for Christmas.
It's something, yeah. But those are my thoughts.
Yeah.
Zombies seems pretty fun, and Riz and Jack keep saying how much fun he's had with the multiplayer and the zombies.
Yeah.
So
I've seen some on Twitch. It does look like a lot of fun.
the zombies,
Yeah.
yeah. So
We got to do it.
yeah, we'll do it. There's just a lot to play right now, so it's tough.
Boy, is there.
And more coming out
More.
next Tuesday,
Yeah.
and we
And
still
Friday.
didn't buy Tomb Raider yet. Tomb Raider, Rainbow Six Siege. Thank God Siege is just multiplayer,
Yeah, right.
and then Just Cause, which is another.
That's a doozy.
at least 35-hour
It's a
game.
doozy. Yeah. Just Cause 2
Tomb Raider is
super
supposed to be a good 30 hours too, I believe.
long. Really
Yeah.
Really?
It's got a lot of side stuff now.
nice.
So there's just a lot to play. So
Yep.
I'm sure we'll get to some zombies at some. I would like to try that Nightmares campaign. It seems pretty cool.
hmm
So
I gotta make it through it.
good luck. I'll play some of it with you, just not those 2 missions.
Demon Within and Life.
Yep.
Okay. I'll look out for those 2 when I'm going through it.
All right.
And you said it was an 8-hour campaign?
That's what the How Long to Beat was. I think it took me a little longer than that.
Really? That's surprising. It's usually not that long, the campaigns.
Right.
They're usually like 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we get right into Nibble
It
Bits?
fucking dragged, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we can get into Nibblebits.
Okay. Corey, you want to get us started?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. You want to get us started with Nibble Bits?
Sure, I can do that.
All right.
So, hey, Will.
How are you? Good. How you doing?
How's the podcast, going, guys?
It's going all right, Corey.
Good so far.
And I actually uploaded a video I've been putting off
Yeah.
uploading.
I-
to YouTube.
I liked it already or favorited it already.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
But on a little bit, an unofficial PS4 to PC remote play app is set to release this week. It's from developer Twisted. And from what I understand, it's actually pretty easy to do, and a lot of people have done it on Android already. And that's pretty much what this is. It's just a port of the Android software running on your PC. The dude developing it plans to charge $10 for it, but who knows how long that'll stick around before Sony puts the kibosh on it.
Yeah. Did it say anywhere like is it going to be in the like Windows 10 marketplace or Windows 8.1 marketplace
No, I
or
think it's just
you just buy it and download it?
buy
It
it
kind
from
of-
you guys'
I don't
site.
play?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
was-
how I understood it anyway.
Right.
I'd be interested in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out. Like I said, I hope it's one of those things though. You can, as long as you bought it, you can still use it, and Sony doesn't.
Keep it.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if they can. But yeah, I guess it's really easy to do. So,
Yeah.
Hotline Miami 2's level editor will go into open beta on December 10th. It's a game that came out this year, right?
Yep.
It seems like forever ago.
Yeah,
It does seem like
Holy
forever
crap.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
anybody going to bother with that?
That's the
Who
thing.
wants it?
I mean, and I wasn't as big on Hotline Miami 2 as I was the first one. Like by the time I was done playing
It's
that,
crazy.
I was over it, you know.
I liked it.
I liked it too.
But like enough to go back and mess around with the level editor.
Oh, I'm not
Oh,
going
God,
to.
no. I wouldn't do that in the first place, but now.
I would be interested to see what other people make.
I
In Hot-
wouldn't even be, honestly.
I wouldn't either, Corey.
I just don't care.
I think that would probably be most people's thought. There's so much other stuff now. Like, this was such a good year for games. Like, who's wondering to themselves, I wonder what somebody's going to put together in Hotline Miami 2
Yeah.
when Level Editor finally comes out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Steam Autumn and Winter sales will no longer feature flash or daily deals. Did you guys see that?
I
I
did.
did see
I'm
that.
happy about that.
Me too.
Instead, the games will be at their lowest price throughout the sale. Valve said it's not a major change. It's kind of a major change, but it does make the sale a lot more valuable for customers, and it allows us to build sale features that recommend your product all sale long instead of just during its front page feature.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good change.
Yep.
Too many times I was waiting for a game to go on like a special sale, so it would be an extra like 10% off from the normal sale, and I ended up not buying it or missing out on it or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, but they always put everything on their lowest price on the last day.
Sometimes.
Well, unless it was a daily deal, in which case,
Right.
if it's a daily deal, then it's already at its lowest price it's going to get in the sale.
Yeah, and the what flash sales that they would have and stuff, like I don't
Yeah.
know. I missed out on too much stuff to be happy about that.
I
but-
did kind of like checking in every 6 hours or whatever, though.
Oh, yeah, every it was every 8 hours when the new
8
sales.
hours. Yeah. That was
Yeah,
fun.
because sometimes it would be at like 2 o'clock in the morning or something, and I would get up and check
Oh yeah.
just because. Well, I mean, yeah.
I would do the same thing if I like worked late at
Yeah.
work the night
Yeah.
before. I'd wait and see what the sales were.
Yep.
It's great. It's like Christmas all week.
Yep. Christmas 3 times a day for a whole week. Go ahead, Corey.
That's all I have.
That's all you got.
Yeah.
All right. I will go next. Nintendo in Japan has begun to sell. Sorry, I kind of lost my voice this weekend. So, suffering through this. Nintendo, not suffering. You know, you guys are probably suffering. It doesn't really bother me.
Not at all, Dan.
Nintendo in Japan has begun to sell the Wii U gamepad by itself for 12,800 yen, or roughly $104 US. It's intended to be sold as a replacement for damaged or broken ones that the damaged or broken gamepad, if that the gamepad that came with your system. But Nintendo has said that the Wii U does support 2 gamepads, but has no plans to add any dual gamepad functionality to any of its games.
Of course not.
No.
It's gonna be dead soon.
Exactly. No word yet on if Nintendo plans to do this in North America or Europe. But I can't help but speculate it has something to do with the NX. I wonder if you're going to be able to take your gamepad over the NX system when it comes out.
Maybe.
So, and that's why they're selling additional gamepads.
Did we talk about the last week the Twilight Princess HD?
I think someone mentioned it in little bits.
We talked about it 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks already.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's that. And then Mark Cuban was recently fined at a League of Legends charity event for dropping F-bombs. But it was clear that he was already aware that the fines, that he would have to pay fines, and that they would go to the Cyber Smile Foundation, which is the charity the League of Legends event was held for. He knew he got fined $30,000, and he knew he was going to get fined $30,000, so he knew it was just extra money going
For charity.
For charity, exactly. And then in an interview before the event, he came to the defense of esports, specifically calling out Colin Cowherd
I remember that.
and saying League of Legends is a real sport. So
That's an interesting.
Good
to hear
for him.
That. Yeah.
yeah,
I like Mark Cuban.
I do too.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. I watch Shark Tank on occasion.
He's just like a regular guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he really
Regular
is.
angry guy.
that happens to be a tech mogul.
Billionaire.
Billionaire tech mogul or whatever. I think that's what they call him on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
So, just quick story here. I had 2 friends who were going to be in Dallas for a business trip or something like that. And they somehow got a hold of Mark Cuban's email address and just emailed him out of the blue asking him for tickets. Came through. Got him tickets.
Did he
Yep.
really?
Yep.
That's fucking awesome.
That is awesome.
Wow.
He's probably impressed they were able to get his email address.
Yeah, could be. I don't know.
That's cool.
Isn't that crazy?
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That is awesome. Wow.
All right, that's all I got for Nibble Bits. Will, what do you got?
I don't know if it was covered last week, but Deus Ex Mankind Divided was delayed to August 23rd of 2016. The reasoning is for some post-production and fine-tuning to the game.
What was the date?
August 23rd,
That's good though, because it was supposed to come out in the spring, wasn't it?
February.
Along with a million other things.
Yeah.
So-
And I'd rather them delay these games to make them as good as possible.
Totally.
I used to be annoyed when games would get delayed, but I've slowly realized it's probably for the better.
Yeah, definitely.
And for a game like Deus Ex that I love, I'd rather.
Yeah, it didn't come out and
Rather have
was,
that polish.
was not a massive turd
Exactly.
when it first comes out.
But yeah, I'm really excited for that game. And my other one is a little stupid one, but Harmonix and Bethesda collaborated to add free Fallout 4 Vault 10 or 111 jumpsuits. So your band can be up there playing in Vault 11 jumpsuits.
awesome.
Wait, what's this for?
Rock Band 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I got
awesome.
Vault 11 on my 111 on my cell phone home screen.
that's awesome.
I've got that as my lock screen.
Oh, nice.
That's so cool.
Nice.
You know what would be cool?
I
What's
kind of
that?
Vault 111 pajamas.
Onesie.
Yeah, like a onesie.
Footy pajamas.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
that would be pretty awesome. But all of this is part of the free December update that's coming. So,
For
Yeah.
Rock Band.
yeah, Rock Band.
You still playing?
Yeah, I try to play a little bit every day, actually.
Nice.
That a boy.
Yeah, I'm really trying to. I played a lot of Rock Band last night when I was really tired, and it was probably the best I've ever played.
So you weren't thinking about it. It's like golf.
Yeah,
Just can't think about it.
because
Yep, just swing.
I was playing earlier.
Grip it and rip it.
I was playing earlier and failed like quite a bit, and I was frustrated, and I put it down and came back before bed and was killing it. So
Nice.
yeah, that's all I had though.
All right. Guess it's my turn.
Word.
I'm assuming. Well, you're the only one besides me that has a Vita.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Gravity Rush?
No, I only use that for Final Fantasy Tactics.
Okay. I briefly tried Gravity Rush, and I actually enjoyed what I played of it, but it's supposed to be one of the more popular games for Vita, and that is coming to PS4. It got bumped up a week to February 2nd, which
Really?
is right before my birthday. So they're doing a remaster of Gravity Rush while they work on Gravity Rush 2 for PS4. And I think I'm probably going to give that one a try when it comes
I've heard
out.
good things about
Yeah,
it.
people love it.
Yeah, a lot of people do like it.
So you'll get it a week earlier than you thought. For all you hearers of the Storm Junkies like Will,
William.
Yeah.
Big Sal, everything is 50% off until December 8th. So get it while you can. Heroes, mounts, and skins are all 50% off. Real money discount.
That's evil.
It is evil. If I was still playing, oof, I'd be dropping some cash
Yeah.
this week. I'm glad I'm not. I'm glad I retired.
You hung up the keyboard and mouse.
Yes.
Well, for that game. Anyway.
My last one, damn it, I just X'd out of it. Hang on one second, because I actually do have to read this one right from.
Eric, you idiot.
I know, but it's funny. It's definitely worth the wait if you haven't seen it. You
Oh.
guys know Breaking Benjamin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I know this one.
The lead singer from Breaking Benjamin, Benjamin Burnley, apparently not much of a Star Wars Battlefront fan. On his Instagram, he posted a picture of a cracked disc of Xbox One version Star Wars Battlefront with the caption, "They wanted to pay me to post that I like this piece of shit game. They can shove it up their ass. This game sucks. I'd rather watch the god-awful prequels than play this piece of shit one more second. That's for ruining Star Wars, EA," with a happy face.
Nice.
All right.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's right. That game does fucking suck.
Yeah. Because Anna Kendrick is kind of like one of the spokespeople for Battlefront. She's in the commercials.
Yeah, which is surprised me.
She I guess posts on Twitter and stuff, and she must be getting money from EA for doing that.
Yeah.
But I think someone put on, or someone tweeted us something like he actually wanted the PC version.
Yeah.
And he was pissed that he got the Xbox
Yeah.
version.
It was Riz, I think.
Okay.
He said something along those lines. He must
Yeah.
have meant to buy the PC version, or he just wanted more Instagram likes.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit shady, if you ask me, that they do that, especially without the. I mean, that's kind of a controversy now, but the sponsored videos and stuff, like you
Right.
know, the average person would have no way of knowing that, like Anna Kendrick is paid by EA to promote Star
Do you
Wars
think it was
Battlefront.
a joke, though? Because honestly, who the fuck cares what Breaking Benjamin thinks about a video game?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
They're not, like, real popular, are they?
No, I think they said he has like 50,000 Instagram followers
Oh,
and
that's
Twitter
nothing.
followers.
Yeah, I mean, they just put out a new album this year, but I don't know how it did, so.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe it was a joke. Either way, I thought it was a good chuckle.
It is
Yeah.
a good chuckle.
Good
I
for
agree.
him.
That's it for me, Dan.
Okay. How was your week, Eric?
Pretty good. I don't feel like I have too awful much to report. Been getting my ass kicked at work. I work in retail at a supermarket, grocery store, and leading up to any holiday is just god awful.
It was brutal.
Yeah. So I come home from work anymore, and my feet and hips and legs are just, I feel like an 85-year-old man.
Yeah.
And I just want to sit on my ass and do nothing.
Yeah.
But, geez. Oh, I guess we could talk about the Buffalo Bills game last night.
Mhm.
You guys didn't watch any of it?
No, I didn't see it.
ESPN.
Well,
I would have watched it.
a lot of
probably.
people were pretty pissed off about the referees. And I know the referees made one really, really bad call against the Patriots. What happened was Tom Brady was rolling out towards the sidelines and like extending the play. And I think that the referee thought he was going to go out of bounds. But before he did, he threw it downfield and hit, I think it was Amendola, who probably would have scored.
Right.
But they blew it dead.
Oh, because they thought he had stepped out of bounds.
And
but
he
hadn't.
wasn't even close.
Oh, really?
No.
What?
Like from the naked eye, it wasn't close.
Right.
So what they did, they said it was
A completion.
inadvertent whistle.
Okay.
They gave him the completion where
Dead
he
ball.
caught the ball. He probably would have scored though.
Right.
A lot of Bills fans were really pissed about just a lot of the calls that went against the Bills. And as a Bills fan, from what I watched, I didn't think there were too awful many, but it was pretty renowned. I even saw like people in the media who don't usually say stuff like that say this was the worst referee game they had ever seen, and like they should be fined. And
Well, we had been talking about it, and we think all of us kind of think football's being ruined by all the penalties and flags. And
I don't even know any of the rules anymore.
No.
'Cause everything is
Nobody does.
so different. And
every fucking play is under review, and it's awful.
yeah.
If I didn't have such an attachment to the Bills, one of our listeners tweeted me and he said like he's watched like a half of football all year.
yeah.
I told him if I didn't have such an attachment to the Bills, I wouldn't even watch football.
Yeah, it's something I kind of just like have on during the day. Like I watch the Giants, and then I just have the football on the TV, and it's good to watch like casually. Like you catch a few plays here and there, and I get up and do something with the kids or whatever. It's nice
My
to have
problem
those
with
background
that
noise.
is background noise. Is there's so many commercials that it
Oh.
defeats the purpose
Yeah, I
of
can see
background
that.
noise. So I'd
Yeah.
rather have a podcast on.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know. They're really ruining
There's
it.
like 3 minutes of game and then 10 minutes of commercials.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. But anyway, the game itself, the Bills lost again to the Patriots. No surprise there, but it was a close game. Dropped a touchdown in the end zone. Some bad penalties, the usual. The Bills found a way to lose. I feel like they definitely hung with the Patriots, though. They were not by far the better team or anything like that. They held Brady in check. Only 20 points given up to the Patriots at home is pretty damn good.
Yeah,
Gronkowski didn't do anything.
which is great for my fantasy team.
So
Did you win?
I did.
Nice.
so did I. Sean McCoy got me quite a few points last night. But I don't know. I didn't go in expecting to win. I think they're still in the lead for the last wild card. So
Okay.
see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get into the playoffs, you never know what can
That's
happen.
all I want.
Just to get in.
It's been 15 years.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else, Dan.
Yeah, Eric, you're talking about finding a way to lose. That's why the Giants are 5-5 this year. They found a way to lose quite a few of their football games.
That's the difference between good teams and bad teams.
Yeah. At the same time, like they might end up winning their division because their division's so bad.
Yeah,
So,
it really is.
Although I could see the Cowboys winning the division now that Romo's
Oh,
back.
Romo's back? That's so sad.
Even at 3-7, I think they are.
when I heard
They could win.
when I heard they were like 2-8 going into this week, or it's 2-7, I was like,
Yeah.
holy crap.
Yeah.
The Bills are not in the wild card. They're actually so right now Pittsburgh at 6-4 and Kansas City at 5-5 hold the wild cards, and Houston, Buffalo, and the Jets are all 5-5, but Kansas City must hold the tiebreaker. That's who the Bills play this weekend
That's a big game.
on the road.
Well, you better watch out for Char Chandwick West.
Charkandrick.
Arrowhead's kind of a tough place to
It
play
is,
too, isn't it?
yeah.
Do they still call it Arrowhead?
I think so.
That's what
Or
I'm
is
calling it.
It's a new stadium.
We're calling it Arrowhead.
It'll always be Arrowhead.
That's true. All right. Well, what do you got?
Not a whole lot. Same as Eric. I work in the same place as Eric, and work this weekend
Brutal.
really handed it to me.
I walked in to find Will in the produce cooler which we work at a place that sells a lot. We do
Yeah.
a good business, and like I have never seen that produce cooler so fucking packed. Like I couldn't even move in there, and I go, "Is Will in here?" And the kid's like, "Yeah, he's back there." And I like peer over all these boxes, and Will's like huddled down under something, putting more shit away. I was like, "What is going on here?"
Yeah, I sent you guys the picture of the apples
Yeah,
too. That
Yep.
like an apple box is, if I stack it, it's like to the middle of my shin. Well, I'm stacking 10 of them. It's like a 10-foot stack. Like I'm standing on boxes to keep putting them up higher because there's no room to put anything. And on that day, I did the load on Saturday, and I went in at 7 to start it. Left at 4:45, which is late. Like I would be getting out. I was supposed to get out at 3:30, so that wasn't too bad. But on Sunday, went in at 7, left at 6:45.
Ugh.
It was a brutal day.
put your time in.
I did, but I'm one of those people at work that there's some miserable people, and I don't ever want to be that. So I always am cheery and laughing and running around and having fun. So that's the attitude I bring. So like I was having fun with it. Like
That's
it was
good.
a terrible situation, but there was no point in complaining the whole time.
Yeah.
I was moody when we first started because I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna get out. But like once I just accepted everything, just kind of went with it.
Yep.
So that's how I deal with the holiday season right now.
Yeah.
I have Thanksgiving off, so that's all I really care about.
Nice.
That's an easy day.
I know,
That's time and a half for me. That's easy money.
and
Well, I always worked on Black Friday, and it was always like super quiet in the store.
yeah. And the thing is I was scheduled for 32 hours this week, but because Sunday I worked 4 hours over, basically, like I'm at 36 now, so I'm like, oh, okay, perfect, more money.
Nice.
So, there's that. There's another Corey. Have you been watching the new American Horror Story?
Yeah, I think I'm an episode, maybe 2 behind.
Okay, you know the character that you said that you really liked? He's Evan Peters is the actor.
Oh, yeah.
He's on the new Nerdist episode.
Oh, really?
You should listen to it. He's pretty good.
Does he talk American Horror Story?
He does talk about it. He was talking about how when they shoot, they're still shooting the season right now.
Yeah.
Like they don't wait until they're almost done. Like they're like 2 episodes ahead of whatever aired. So like they scramble at the last second instead of like how stressful it is
Yeah.
on everybody. But he's really good and he's pretty funny. Found a new respect. He's a big gamer. He said he was really excited for Fallout 4.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
I knew I liked him.
Yeah, same here. Evan Peters is the man.
All right.
And it's only like an hour, so I wanted to, pump that out there for everybody.
I'll definitely listen.
But other than that, just school. I'm on break now, so I can play video games. I had a really bad stretch of school, so I haven't been able to play Fallout in like a week and a half.
Yeah.
It's devastated me.
Okay.
But I'm gonna pick it back up and play starting tomorrow again.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Excellent. What do you got, Corey?
Been a pretty quiet week for me. I watched the new Amazon instant series called Man on High Castle,
Yeah, I've heard good things.
which is
Will recommend that to me.
yeah, it's based on the Philip K. Dick novel of the same name, I think. And what it's about is it's an alternate history based around the idea of what if the Axis won World War II. In the United States, is partitioned into 3 sections. One's like the Japanese Pacific something or other, which is like the West Coast, and then it's the German side, like from the Rocky Mountains over, and then like the Rocky Mountain states are neutral territory as like a buffer. And it's pretty good. Like right off the bat, you can see sort of where it's going, and there's like a lot of spies. But it kind of takes place in that same cultural era that Fallout takes place.
Yeah.
So it's good timing for that. And I don't maybe they thought of that. I don't know.
Well,
What's
if it's based off the Philip K. Dick novel, maybe Fallout took ideas from that.
That could be too.
What's this called again?
Man on High Castle.
Man on High Castle.
I guess they premiered the pilot back in January. I
Yeah.
had no idea. But they just released the full series on the 20th of November. The first season, anyway.
Yeah,
It's only
I've
6
heard good
episodes.
things about that.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'm interested in this.
Yeah, it's all right. And then what else did we watch? Oh, we watched the first episode of Vikings because like everyone we know
How's that?
is watching Vikings. That was also pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
it's tough to tell from just the first episode. So we'll see if either of those hook me. But I thought
I
they were
need
both
something new to watch.
pretty good.
I'm back at the office again.
Nice.
Working my way through it again.
I watched an episode of that last night.
Nice.
And then the other thing is, I was up at 3:30 this morning,
Oof.
and I think we've talked about sleep paralysis before
Yeah.
on the podcast, but I had a terrible case of it. I woke up at about 3:30, and then 3 times in a row, like as I was trying to fall asleep, I got really bad sleep paralysis.
Happens to me a lot too.
Yeah, I'll not have it for years, and then
Yeah.
I'll have a night where I get it a lot. It's
Yep.
weird.
You get bouts of it, and it sucks.
And they're just like, screw it, I'm not sleeping. I'm just going to be awake.
That happened to me once.
That's what it was. It was so like the third time I'm like, I've had enough of this. It's
Yeah.
such an awful feeling. I'm just gonna get up. So I got up and played a lot of Fallout until I had to go to work,
Nice.
which was all right. But
So you're pretty tired.
I'm a little tired. I went to bed relatively early. I think I was in bed by 9:30 last night.
Okay.
I went to bed at 1 last morning. 1 in the morning. Got up at 7 to get through Call of Duty today. Blech.
Yeah. That's nothing to wake up to.
But I didn't have sleep paralysis,
Right.
so Corey wins.
It's the type of sleep paralysis too, where you're totally with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, the only thing I could do, I was like whimpering to try and get my girlfriend to like, because it's happened to me where I've had it and somebody's moved me and it like knocked me out of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I was like, the only thing I could do is like whimper like a hurt dog or something.
It's the worst feeling in the world.
And like the third time, she just like reached over and like grabbed me or something like that. Like I
Did
don't
it
know if
work?
she thought I was dreaming. No, it wasn't enough. Like I need like a jolt,
Oh.
Give a good water on the face or something.
something. And then I'm just like, all right. As soon as I got out of that last one, I'm like, this is no more. This is bad. It kind of makes me wonder, like, is this what it's like to have, what's the,
To be in a coma or something?
yeah, to have like ALS? You know, is that
I
what
don't
it feels like?
I don't know.
Because it's like the only muscles that work are the involuntary ones.
Right.
Anything that's voluntary doesn't work, and I think that's what. Well, eventually, all your muscles stop working, but
Right.
Isn't MS like that?
Yeah, it's similar. They're similar.
yeah, I don't know. It's terrible. It's terrible.
It is.
And
I was terrified when I had it.
I'm scared to go to sleep tonight.
There's a documentary on Netflix about sleep paralysis.
Ooh, that might be
Well, they
interesting.
linked it with like dementia and stuff like that too, which
Jeez.
kind of freaks me out, considering
I used-
how often
I
I
used to
have
be
it.
able to fairly frequently like reproduce it by sleeping on my back. I
Yeah.
used to get it every single time. I
Same
would try
here.
to sleep on my back, but that doesn't happen anymore.
That's
I
what,
haven't had it in years.
the
luckily.
last, other than this time, the last few times I've had it, it's been on my back. But this time I was
Yeah.
laying on my right side.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just nothing's worse than when you're trying to like shake your body to like roll over and you just
It just doesn't move.
yeah.
Ugh.
Because the thing you're supposed to do is move your fingers, toes, and
Yeah.
your tongue,
Extremities.
but it doesn't work fast enough to and it
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had it where I've like wiggled my left hand or something, and slowly you feel the waking up moving into your body, and then once your head, you snap out of it like that.
yeah,
So,
it's one of the worst things I experienced through life.
yeah. No, thank
Gives
you.
the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Corey?
Nah.
All right, I got a couple things. I had an anniversary on Saturday.
Hey.
6 years married. Thank you.
Congrats, Dan.
6 years married, 16 years together. Very
Wow.
long time. Almost half my life.
Wow.
Wow.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
you guys got together last time the Bills made the playoffs, Dan.
yeah, yeah, that's right. We did our typical thing. We make homemade chicken enchiladas. That's what we do every year on our anniversary. So we did that. My wife bought me Yoshi's Woolly World, the Amiibo edition, for the Wii U. Which if you're in the live stream, if I could talk about the dog barking, if you're in the live stream, you can see the Yarn Yoshi Amiibo on top of the Pip-Boy there. And we played a little bit of it that night on our anniversary. So we did some co-op games. My wife took a night off from the schoolwork, so that was nice that we got to play games. I think she's got another like 3 weeks of school and then she's done. So we'll be able to play more games at that point. But
Nice.
so we had our anniversary, and then I helped my friend Tim build his computer. He got all of his stuff on Friday, so he came over Friday night and we put it all together. And I love when the
Oh, he told me he was at our place of business the other day.
yeah. I love when you put it all together and then press the power button and it turns on the first time. Because anyone who's built a computer knows that the most pain in the ass part is those stupid pins. And if you get the power switch pin in wrong, it won't turn on the first time. And you got to lay it down and switch all the pins around. It's a pain in the balls, but everything worked the first time, which is great. So that's nice, and it's a pretty nice PC build. I'm
Nice.
pretty happy with how everything came out. So
What's he gonna play on it?
Fallout. He got Assassin's Creed Syndicate with his graphics card. I don't know if he's played it yet or has played it briefly,
It's a good one.
but Fallout, Metal Gear Solid 5, that sort of stuff.
Ooh,
I think he's put
some beautiful games.
like 100 hours. I think into. Is it 100 hours? He told me.
The Metal Gear?
In Metal Gear, he's put a lot of hours into Metal Gear.
Damn.
Wow.
I thought I had a lot of. I put 50 hours into Metal Gear, and I thought that was a lot, but he's got me beat.
Would it get a little repetitive taking over outposts after 100 hours?
He's doing like all the side missions, and he does a lot of them repeatedly for money.
Wow.
Specifically the tank one, where you can Fulton the tanks and sell them off once you get them back to your base. He's been doing that stuff.
I still have to play this game.
He's in the chat.
Oh, what's up, Tim?
It's funny.
Yeah, and we'll joke like about he was watching. I think he was watching me play Fallout or something about Fallout, but it was the cargo containers. He's like, yeah, you should be Fultoning those out, like in Metal Gear. And I actually thought that when I was driving someplace in Binghamton. I don't know where I was specifically, but there was the cargo containers, and you know how video games like leak into your real life. And I thought about the folding of the cargo containers, Metal Gear Solid 5. So, I lost my voice this weekend. If you're wondering why my voice is very raspy, I had pretty much no voice this weekend. So I'm glad it's back enough that I can take part in the episode. I didn't want to have to be the silent host.
Where'd it go, Dan?
I mean, I had a little bit of a cold, but mostly just lost my voice.
Too much podcasting.
I've never like lost it from too much talking, but I like when I'm not on the podcast, I don't talk very much at all. You know, I talk way more here than I do in probably an entire week. So, you know. But that's all I have. Do we want to take a break, or do we want to get right into what we played? What do you want to do, Corey?
Oh, I don't care. Whatever you guys
Let's
want.
take a quick break.
Quick break? All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with what we played, probably starring Fallout, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that little number.
Oh, man.
We're doing pretty good on downloads, too.
Are we?
We had 3 days in a row. I think we were over 100 downloads.
Oh, good.
We're close to a monthly milestone.
Hey, you do this 227 episodes worth.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for 227 weeks.
227 more weeks because we've had a couple weeks off.
I think just the one, right? Didn't we?
Yeah, maybe it was just one of the holidays. Like we took a week off. I know last year I did the best of episode, which I'm going to do again this year.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to plan it out.
Yeah, we should just
Best of 2015.
think about if anybody has any standout things they remember just to help you.
I don't remember shit.
I'm mostly just going to pick out like some of the bigger releases like I did last year,
Okay.
especially from early in the year, like because a lot of that stuff I forgot.
You know what game I liked going back and hearing us talk about the most last year?
What's that?
South Park.
Oh yeah, because like I don't ever think about that game, you know, but I
Yeah.
loved it.
And it
when I
was
played
so
it.
good.
Dan, is the podcast on Google Play?
I put it up. I don't know if you can download podcasts from there yet. But as soon as they launch their
Marlo's not
podcast
happy.
thing, that we'll be able to listen to it there.
It's in the queue.
Yeah. I check every couple of days. But yeah, there's no podcasts on Google Play yet.
I wouldn't
Or
even
music.
know where to check to see, because I put this on the BlackBerry podcasts thing.
There's a BlackBerry podcast app.
Yeah.
BlackBerry actually just made a really good Android phone, I guess.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, which that's the way to go. Instead of having a fourth phone OS, make it Android or a Windows phone. It's a like a slider. So you can slide it out, and it's got the actual keyboard on the bottom.
Ooh, I like
Guess
that.
I guess it's a good phone, too, from what I hear. I can't remember the name of it.
I'm going to take a quick bathroom potty break.
Ote. Eric, they got my coffee order right at Dunkin' Donuts.
Me too.
But I just ordered cream and sugar, so it's hard to screw that one up. But I was still surprised. Yeah, Marlo's she's quite the handful.
Throwing a fit up there.
Yeah, terrible twos.
Did you see what? Oh, okay, there it is.
Is Tim still in the chat? Or did he just pop in for a minute?
He's been there for a while.
Okay. Gave him the free version of Windows 10.
The free version.
Yeah, well, it's just the unactivated version of Windows 10.
If it's not activated, what does that mean?
You don't need to activate it.
Do not let
It'll
me
still-
forget to thank that person for that donation,
Okay.
whomever they may be.
Yeah. Do you want to do it right when we get back from the break?
Yeah,
Okay. You're right, because we should thank them.
150, but doubled my
That's great.
my intake.
And we all hit our goal.
Yeah, is
Jesus.
that Marlo?
I don't think so. I think that was Max. I'd go up there, but I'm just going to make it worse.
50.
The BlackBerry Priv, Dan.
Priv. That's exactly right. Priv.
Oh,
Tim said, "Shut that kid off."
Tim, I agree.
Oh,
I wish
God.
they know exactly when the wrong time to make a lot of noise is. Same with the dog. Jesus.
I'll never forget when we were doing the weekend here, and Val and Max came back, and Max was like crying and whatnot. He wanted to go back to Gigi's.
Yeah.
And Tim's like, "I'm going out that way, Max. I'll take you."
Yeah.
I was trying to calm him down.
God, if I was Val, I'd have smacked you. Yeah, Max, I'm headed right out that way. You want to jump in the old car?
And he was like, "Yeah."
Dang it.
I asked Benny in the chat what he thought of the campaign. He goes, "Interesting. Got a little weird at the end, though." That's pretty much what I said.
That from what you were describing, it's one of those times in games where things get like
2 minutes.
no like
Fucking
like LSD, like drug trip type of thing.
Yeah, you know how in Far Cry
Yeah.
you go to
Far Cry 3, the drug trip parts of that.
yeah.
I didn't do Far Cry 4.
It
yeah,
wasn't
unfortunately.
drug related, but
Right.
it was like that.
Okay.
Like all mind trippy,
Yeah.
like mind control kind of thing. Oh,
I don't usually like when games do that.
I don't either. It's so different from the rest of the game. I was just like, oh, this is so bad.
Yeah.
And anytime I died, I was like, this is taking everything I got to keep going right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Huh. That stinks.
Yeah. 'Cause I was liking it.
Leader of the pack. Pack.
Packers.
Bedtime at Dan's.
This is light. You should hear some of the fights we have at bedtime. Max from like 3.5 to a little over 4 would just scream for hours every night at bedtime.
Is he good about it now?
He's better. It's still.
Is it just that they don't want to go to bed?
Oh well, not just don't want to go to bed, but delay. Like, you'll get them all dressed and stuff, and it's time to read a story. Max is like, I have to go to the bathroom. Goes to the bathroom, and like he'll when he's washing his hands, he'll get water all over his pajamas, so we'll have to change his pajamas so he's not going to bed with wet pajamas. And
Smart kid.
then we read the story, and then he wants a hug, and then he wants us to tell another story. Yeah, oh, it's just
So he's really good at.
Oh yeah. Yep.
He asks for all the things you can't say no to.
Yeah, it's like he wants us to read him another story, and like that's great. He wants, but at the same time, like
Dad,
we
I want
each read
another
him.
hug.
We each read him 3 books every night.
Do you remember being that way when we were kids?
No, I was afraid of getting in trouble.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
But
I
like,
remember.
I don't know that I'm more or less strict than mom and dad were when we were younger.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I only have vague memories from when I was 4.
He says they're
Yeah.
gonna
Move the needle.
He says they're gonna do it anyway, so
Yeah.
he just teaches it young.
I know. Christy will not let me swear around our children. Deputy Dog wants to know if you ever try putting them in the closet.
Or in the dog crate.
Yeah.
It's frowned upon, but
Desperate times.
desperate times.
Okay.
People get all sensitive when you try to put your kids in a cage.
Yeah, it's weird.
Don't let me forget to tell you what Ben called me the other day at work in front of people.
All right.
That after he said, he was like, "Oh my god."
Benny.
Corey must be taking a poop break.
Didn't he go already?
Yeah, he went somewhere. Maybe he's making coffee.
Coffee.
Big queen.
Decaf.
I'm gonna make a big cup of coffee when I go upstairs so I can settle in for 4 hours of Fallout.
Do you know what? I'm going to be out of town all weekend. Starting Thursday night. I'm coming back Sunday night.
Do you think you could sneak your Vita? Is there anything you want to play on? Meat Boy?
No.
No. It's a long time to go without video games. There's nothing good on mobile.
See you, Benny.
Later,
Thanks for
Benny.
popping in.
Nothing good on mobile.
I downloaded 2 mobile games. Oh, I wanted to talk about one of them.
Oh, there you go.
I just had a wild hair up my ass, and I
Just
said,
download a mobile
every
game.
so often I'll do that. I'll
Yeah.
download. Oh, maybe I'll like it.
That's what I do too. And then I either never play it or I play it for 5 minutes and then that's it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, tittle.
YA Tittle?
Yeah. You knew what I was talking about?
Yeah, of course. YA Tittle.
Funny.
One
That's
of the
why I said
greats.
it out loud. I wondered if somebody would.
Giants, right?
Yeah, Giants and someone else, maybe the Redskins. He played for another team.
YA. What's the
Watching
YA stand
Super Bowl
for?
highlights for, Corey?
Huh?
What are we watching Super Bowl highlights for?
I put on the highlights from the Patriots Bills game while you were talking about it and just let it play out since then.
Gotcha.
This is where we
All
ended
right.
up.
Are we ready?
This is where we got.
All right, here we go. After I get my cough set. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 227 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. We are now in what we played. Let's talk about Fallout 4 first, shall we?
Yeah.
Corey, I want to get your thoughts on it because I know you've experienced some of the more interesting parts of it, at least since the last time we recorded. I know you had criticized it, not criticized, but called it out maybe a little bit for not having any super interesting moments. So I want to get your thoughts on it so far.
Yeah, I'm still going to stand by that, by what I said in that regard. But there were a couple standout moments for me, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
in one of them I uploaded a video to on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think I just called like my favorite moment from Fallout 4 or something like that. And it's when you come out of Fort Hagen. It's part of the main story. Minor, mild spoiler at this point, but it's when the Brotherhood of Steel. Eric's covering his ears.
Eric doesn't want to.
Okay. When the Brotherhood of Steel makes its presence known.
Yeah.
In a bigger way than if you run into them prior to that.
Right.
Really cool moment, and from that point on, like it sort of changes the landscape, literally and figuratively.
Still one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
In the whole game thus far. So
really cool. And the other part is when you go to the glowing sea for the first time.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was just in the right frame of mind, but it's just like the green fog and the rad scorpions coming out of the ground and the little typhoons that spin up and I mean, I don't know, it was just really, really cool. And then you finally get to the town out in the corner, and those people like worship the green, the atom, I think is what they say.
The children of Adam, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Like that.
And I hope that I didn't spend a lot of time exploring there. I was just there for the main story mission. I didn't spend a lot of time there talking to people and figuring things out in the area, but I hope they kind of take that stuff in some interesting places. There might be nothing there, I don't know, because like I said, I didn't look at it, but that's the kind of stuff I want more of. Like, I want that stuff to marinate a little bit more.
Yeah. I didn't really linger there at all either. I can't speak to that because it's dangerous there. There's death claws everywhere in there, and like you said, rad scorpions everywhere. By the time I got done with there, because I went in with my power armor, it was all beat up, and my companion was all beat. Or no, I took Codsworth, but he was a little beat up at that point. I was hurting when I got done in there.
Yeah, it's not a friendly place, but I was really excited because the entire game up until that point, I've been holding on to a hazmat suit.
Yeah.
What a perfect time to use it.
Oh, absolutely. Did it protect you completely, or?
Not completely. It just did the less than sign, less than one rads.
Yeah, okay.
I've been holding on to a hazmat suit too.
There you go.
Yeah.
You'll find use for it there. Although it sucks as far as armor goes, so just make sure nothing hits you.
Yeah, that's why I wore my power armor through there. That's when I fired up my power armor and came strutting out of the garage that I talked about last week. I hit the button on the garage door and
big man on campus.
Yep. BMOC.
Also, Dan, I'm not sure, how far are you in the game?
Main
story.
72 hours. Not super far into the story. I just did. I don't know. It's kind of spoilery, but I'm further than that. Obviously. How far did you get into the story?
I'm in the Institute.
Oh, okay. See, I just got the precursor to getting into the Institute.
Unbelievable.
Okay. What? That's not a spoil. It's obvious you go there. Come on.
Well, yeah, but I don't know to what capacity. I don't want to know.
All right.
You have to do something with the Institute. Yeah, no, I just did the precursor before you go into the Institute. You needed to get a certain something.
Oh my god.
So. That stuff's all pretty interesting. And I do like what you need to do to get into it. That's pretty cool. I felt like Nikolai Tesla, building weird contraptions. But come on, guys. I'm speaking about as vague as I can get.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna say, he was in
The Prestige.
No.
Fallout 3.
No. Came out
The
early.
Order.
The Order.
Oh, The Order.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tesla had some really interesting ideas with electricity back in the day. He was the one that was trying to pioneer wireless electricity, like in the late 1800s. He's got some interesting.
I thought you said like when you brought up Tesla, like he was in the game. That's why.
No.
Corey.
Maybe a robot named after Tesla, because there's Curie, named after Marie Curie.
Yeah.
There is indeed.
So, Corey, one thing you talked about was the radiation storms that you just saw.
Yeah.
This past week.
It was weird because it happened like right at the 24-hour mark. So maybe.
No, because I had them well before that.
Oh, me too.
Didn't see a single one until.
that's weird, but at the same time, that's kind of cool because we obviously had completely different. Because I feel like I get one
I have them all the time.
fairly
I feel like.
frequently, and you didn't get one for
Must have
24 hours.
just dodged them, like
Yeah,
just kept missing
yeah,
them.
because you can see them like off in the distance if
Yeah.
you're like I've seen one like pass off to the west or whatever.
I also don't spend a lot of time like wandering the wasteland kind of thing. I'm pretty much
That's probably
point A
why.
to point B and then fast travel.
Yeah, I do a lot of wandering. Obviously, I'm less into the story than you are, and
I play like Corey
played
does.
for 72 hours.
But yeah, it's like because the time is precious, you try to play as efficiently as possible.
Yeah,
The only
yeah. See,
time I wander,
I have more time to play than you guys, so that's why I'm taking everything in.
the only time I wander is if I don't have a good chunk of time.
Yeah,
So I just kind of walk in the direction of my next objective and see
what's
what I
out
run
there.
into.
Yeah.
I also did a little underwater exploring. I was doing a main story mission, and it was on like a boat, and there was like a plank, like a walk the plank kind of plank on this boat, and I saw something shiny in the water. So I jumped in and started swimming around, and of course I started to drown, but then I remember I had the Mirelurk steak, or Mirelurk Queen steak or whatever.
Yeah.
Queen ribeye, I can't remember what it is, but it lets you breathe underwater.
Oh, nice. I've been wondering if there's a way because I always explore underwater.
Yeah.
That's just something I remember EverQuest 2. That's all I did was explore underwater.
I get weirded out by going underwater in games.
I could see that.
Well, the only reason I stuck with I did it for like half an hour, and the only reason I stuck with it so long is I had some sort of glitch where if I panned the where I was looking down slightly, it was like I was above water, so I could see everything.
Yeah.
But of course, if I looked up, then it was back to being cloudy and really difficult to see. But I took advantage of that glitch and kind of explored a little bit. And I thought I was onto something, but I ended up just following a pipe for about 30 minutes that eventually led to the water treatment plant.
Oh, okay.
Did you go in the water treatment plant?
That's where I stopped.
There's
I
Where
just
I
did
left
that.
off.
there's some speculation that there might, for the expansions or DLC, might add something underwater because someone uncovered a harpoon gun in the console commands. So they think that might be something that you find to help combat underwater a little bit better.
Are there bad guys underwater?
I don't know. I haven't really gone underwater
I
at all.
found literally nothing in that entire half an hour. Nothing to pick up, nothing interesting.
Okay.
It was just one spot, but
Yeah. And there's kind of a lot of water on the map, so it would make sense if they put some stuff underwater,
there's
know?
gotta be something hidden. Gotta
I'm
be.
sure. They always do stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I was hoping for.
yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts, Corey?
Not really. I do like the philosophical aspect of where the main story is going.
Yeah. I was going to talk about that a little bit too.
But I don't
same-
feel like I'm getting any opportunity to make a choice
Right.
when this stuff comes up.
Okay.
It's kind of a spoiler to talk about, but there was a mission where I had to do something to a synth that I didn't feel like was appropriate.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't want it to happen, but just somebody else I was with just did it.
Right.
You know, like I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like in Fallout 3, like you could have made a decision that would have felt like you had some influence on what was happening.
Right.
Even if it was just made you feel that way, even if you
Right.
didn't really
Illusion.
have any illusion. I don't know. I feel like I'm on a path that I don't really have any.
Gotcha.
Maybe that's part of the game. Maybe that's part of the story.
Yeah, that you're just swept up into event.
What does it mean to have free will?
You can't
Or
influence them
don't.
at all.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Eric? Any other further thoughts on
No.
Fallout 4?
I really only got to play another few hours, so I haven't done too much. I unlocked 2 more settlements, cleared out a couple places. I did the water treatment facility that Corey just went to. Did I do another? I didn't do any more main story missions. I did one for the Minutemen in the castle.
Mm-hmm.
A new character shows up, older female character.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yep.
I did
So
all
I did
stuff.
that. I did that one today. But yeah, that's really about it. Still, it's great, but
Yeah.
I was trying to beat Call of Duty, so it took away from my Fallout time, unfortunately.
Right, especially with how things turned out.
Yeah,
Huh.
Hey, Eric,
yeah.
this is a yes or no question. Did you meet Sarge?
Yeah,
Okay.
he met his maker.
That's who I know in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the person I was talking about last week. That took me like half an hour to fight.
Ugh.
Oh, you didn't have your missile launcher.
I used it on the Mirelurk Queen.
You used all your ammo?
Oh,
Nothing
don't
like a
have
missile launcher in a basement.
had one.
I hadn't. I hadn't found any missiles yet. So the only
Yeah.
missiles I had were at the thing, and I used it on the Mirelurk Queen, and then I did that mission right after.
You know what I did for the Mirelurk Queen? I stayed up on the ledge and used my sniper rifle.
Yeah,
And
that's
just
kind of what I did.
Hucked Molotov cocktails at her.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
I was
She didn't come up and whack you though.
Nope, she stayed on the other side, and every time she went up onto the ledge on the other side, I went down to the bottom until she came back down, and then I ran back up.
See, I couldn't. I had to keep running around. You know what I used though?
What's that?
Righteous authority.
3 mini nukes. Done.
Oh,
Oh, I haven't shot a mini nuke
I
yet.
haven't. I can't wait to use the Fat Man. I'm waiting. I'm
Yeah.
waiting for the right time to use the Fat Man.
It
There's
kind
a-
of sucks though because mini nukes are limited in the wasteland, and
Yeah.
I used
I-
3 of them.
I think I had 4 or 5.
I think I've got 3 or 4. I had 15 missiles when I went in to face Sarge.
that's bull
Took him
crap.
down pretty easy. I had a bunch of landmines, too, that I put down.
Uh-huh.
Landmines do a good chunk on them.
Try using a pipe rifle
Fuck that.
and a laser gun,
Fuck that.
and using what's her face and dog meat to soak bullets.
They did nothing.
Yeah,
Strong and what's-her-face got their asses...
Thoroughly.
Their patty asses got thoroughly trounced by
Yeah.
Sarge.
Well,
Me playing a game of peekaboo with my missile launcher.
I felt like that terminal in the back would like deactivate him or something.
that's what I thought.
No, that's
So I
just
spent forever trying to get over there, and then I got over there, and it's like, oh, it's inaccessible. You have to kill him.
Yep.
It's frustrating.
It's a hard fight in close quarters too.
Yeah, you know what I did? I put a landmine down and accidentally blew it up on myself
Yeah,
with a missile.
Uh huh.
I didn't die, though.
That's good.
really.
I've got some pretty strong armor.
Good for you.
It's too heavy, though.
Too much inventory.
It's making a real bitch of my inventory, the armor that I have.
Yeah. Okay. Any more jank?
No,
Nothing.
nothing for me.
Corey? Jank you want to report on?
Corey got a patch.
It's a beta patch.
Yeah. Did you download it, Corey?
I don't think I did. I'm not. I don't think I'm. I don't think I opted into beta patches.
Oh, okay.
I looked at the patch notes though, and there wasn't anything too groundbreaking. I guess some like high priority stuff, but it's stuff that I haven't seen or had an issue with or anything. So I don't know.
Yeah. Plus, next week is when it comes out. So
Yeah.
I think it's next week.
Is there a console patch?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Same. I think they're getting it at the same time as PC. It's just the beta went out on PC first.
Oh, okay.
It was just
Yeah.
like quest bugs and stuff, from what I understand.
A lot of those bugs I didn't even have for the quests. So I did have a little more jank this time
The
around.
beta
Though.
went out on PC. What happened?
Disappearing Pip-Boy. Has anyone had that one?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it would just disappear for a little while and then it'll come back. I have on my tablet. I keep the second Pip-Boy, so I just use that for the couple minutes that it was gone. And then sometimes when I switch guns, they'll vanish, and then like will show up like 2 or 3 seconds later.
Yeah.
That's kind of annoying too when you're trying to switch weapons fast. But
Yeah.
that's my jank that I've had this past week that I've played it. But yeah, I'm still digging the old Fallout 4.
I have a question.
What's up?
So I built my artillery.
Yeah.
So if I throw one of those smoke bombs, do they just bomb that area?
Yeah, as long as you're close enough to where one of your settlements has.
So you need to have
artillery.
it all over the place.
You need to have them like scattered. Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
I've got 2 at the castle and 1 in Sanctuary.
Okay, I just started putting those up in places, so I want to actually start using it. especially to take out super mutants. When
I
they
did
have
it on
missile launchers.
accident with a super mutant legendary. But the guy called me, radioed me or whatever, and said that he
Too
must
far
have said
away.
it was too far away. I
Yeah.
don't know what he said,
Yeah,
but that's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
it is cool. It's a
It would
neat
make
little-
things a lot easier.
Yeah, especially if, like you said, if you get a couple guys closer together and you can surprise them with with
an artillery shell.
a bombardment.
It's pretty awesome, like the explosion.
Yeah, yeah. I think the explosions look pretty nice.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
They fit it well.
Has anyone gotten the broadsider gun yet?
No,
Portable ship cannon that you can carry around and shoot cannonballs out of.
Really?
Yeah,
How heavy is that?
it's pretty heavy. I found it. I haven't used it
25
yet.
pounder.
It's probably more than that. It's probably only one you'd want to bring along if you're wearing your power armor.
I give it
Maybe-
to Strong, and that's what he carries my missile launcher around.
Oh, there you go.
I took it from him when I
When you
needed it.
needed it, yeah.
That reminds me. In terms of companions, I think my favorite companion is Nick Valentine.
Okay. I like Nick Valentine. I haven't had him accompany me. I just had I maxed out Kate, and then I just finished maxing out Piper too.
How do you know if you maxed him out?
It'll tell you because if they like you a certain amount, you'll get unlock like a mission for them, and then it'll tell you there'll be a little thing up at the top that says so and so is, I think, like enamored with you or infatuated with you.
I think it said adored me.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
I don't think I got any missions though.
I got one for Kate.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did.
Is that it for her arc?
I think so.
Eh,
What?
I wasn't very happy with that.
I don't know.
They don't give that stuff time. Like, I don't know. Like I said, like that stuff needs to marinate.
Yeah, I
She
mean,
tells you do something and then everything's fine. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if anything else comes of it. I haven't gotten that far yet because I put her on the sidelines after that and took out Piper.
Yeah.
Piper's fine. I know you've been using Piper, Will.
Yeah, that's who I left off using so
Yeah,
far.
I thought she hated all combat, but it's not. It's only when you like kill innocents and stuff.
Yeah.
So
What
Also
happens
doesn't-
when you? Sorry.
No, you can go.
What happens when you fall in love?
you get
You make love.
Do you make
Yeah, if
babies?
no, you can't make babies. You get the Lover's Embrace perk. So if you sleep in a bed near your thing, you get a huge experience bonus.
Oh.
More so than the Well Rested.
Nice.
Yeah. I think it's called Lover's Embrace. Maybe.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll never love again after what they did to my wife.
Yeah. Okay.
I carry the wedding ring around.
So do I.
I still wear mine actually on
Yeah.
my character.
Yeah, mine has it on, and he has hers too.
The extra one I put in the safe.
Yeah.
There's two?
Dan, you
Yeah, you have to take the other one off the corpse of your.
Wife.
you didn't get it, Corey?
No.
Oh my god! You better go back to the vault. You
I just got the one.
are a heathen.
I just went back to the vault actually and got the
cryo-
cryolator
Did you do
because
the?
I could pick
the jank?
because I could pick the locks now. I'm master for the hacking and master lock picker. I think I'm level 36.
Oh, jeez. I'm 29.
I'm
That's
20.
still pretty good, Corey.
21.
14.
Do you think, Dan, you'll have it beaten by next week?
I'll probably have it beaten by next week. Yeah.
Do you want to do a spoilery hangover?
Yeah, definitely.
How far away are you guys? Do you think?
I'm not going to be able to play it all this week.
I'm right around where
Actually, I probably won't either.
Corey.
Okay.
I'm at the point now where I could just power through the story if I wanted to, but
Wait, Will, you're where I'm at, but you were giving me a hard time about the spoilers?
I the mission where you have to go to the glowing sea.
Oh, I'm well
I'm-
past that.
Oh, are you? Okay. I'm doing that one right now.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm gonna actually do some story missions tonight instead of farting around like I've been doing.
I just want to play this game.
I just got bored with the farting around. I wanted more out of it. And the main story's giving it to me at this point, but
Yeah, I definitely wasn't bored from farting around. Some of the side missions you find are really awesome. But yeah, that's all my thoughts for Fallout 4. I still adore that game thus far.
Yeah, it's great.
Will, you didn't play anything, right?
Dan. I
That-
played.
you said
Hero-
Overwatch.
You said Heroes. Oh, Overwatch. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you kind of teased that.
I want to complain about Heroes first, real quick.
Okay.
So they put out their most recent update, and all the content they put in and balance changes are fairly good, in my opinion, throughout the lifespan.
Who'd they nerf?
I didn't really look too much into that. The one thing they did change was they split. It used to be takedowns, and they split kills and assists and deaths into their own 3 separate things. I don't really care.
When did this come out?
Tuesday.
It's funny because I was listening to another podcast today, and he was talking about how he liked Heroes of the Storm because they don't show kills and deaths, and how that's smart because it takes some of the arguments away.
Yeah.
He's like, I really like that Blizzard did that because they saw how hostile some of the other environments were in the MOBAs, and now now they have it too.
Okay, so I was talking about it. Like, it doesn't bother me personally that much because I don't care. But I was thinking about it. In every game I've played since they've separated those, somebody has been fighting with another person on my team or me about the kill-death ratio. And that, to me, starts unnecessary fighting for no reason to just make some people happy.
Yeah.
I don't know why people would care so much to have kills and assists into one thing.
That's what I was gonna ask. Was anybody clamoring for that to separate those out like that?
Yeah, like the hardcore people from Dota and League who want to play here, like that stupid stuff that I don't want to play that game. It doesn't do this. That's that kind of mentality.
So don't play it.
I'd rather they not play it because they're the ones that are flaming me for whatever. And it's just like I said, it causes unnecessary tension in between the team, which you got to work together as a team. So if you're yelling at somebody for their kill to death ratio in Heroes, they're not going to want to keep playing well. So then they start to play badly, and then it just spirals out of control. Happened every game I played. And I was thinking the Blizzard's pitching this game as more of a casual, hey, people who don't like MOBAs play this one because it's not like the others. For them, it's more rewarding for them to see they've got 40 takedowns and 6 deaths as opposed to having 3 kills, 6 deaths, and the split.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't know. I really don't like that change, and I don't think it's for the better.
Yeah, I think there was an interesting article. I think it was on Kotaku that I read maybe last week. It was a breakdown of, along with all the dialogue of an argument over, I think it was League of Legends. It was really interesting to see how it starts and how it spirals totally out of control.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that I've ever seen that specific thing cataloged before. I've seen it from playing Heroes, but
you've never seen
it. It was interesting just to see they all kind of start the same way.
Yeah.
That
crazy.
is really interesting. I bet if that kind of stuff was, like you said, cataloged more often and was exposed a little more often, I think it would reduce it.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and I think that's why I think it was Kotaku. That's why he wrote the article. He's there's a lot of complaints about the toxicity of the environments that in these games, but there's no catalogs of it really. Occasionally there'll be a quote from someone or something, but it was the full rundown of everything everyone said for one. I think it was a 25-minute match that they ended up. His team ended up quitting. They ended up forfeiting because the team chemistry just fell apart. So
wow.
it was pretty interesting to read. I wish I could give the person credit. I'm pretty sure it was a Kotaku article.
It was on Kotaku. I'm gonna look because that stuff. Reading it is funny to me, but when you're in it, it's
infuriating. No question.
Because for me, I don't play every day like I'm used to be able to.
Well, right,
so
and that's my thing too. I just. It doesn't. None of it gets to me personally. It's just I I don't need this kind of aggravation. Like I just want to
Yeah.
play casually and move on. You know.
So like my daily was to play a specialist. So like I chose Sylvanas, who's like my second favorite character. So
Yeah.
like I started off really rough, and I was just like I just knew I was just waiting for me to get it. It never really happened, but I don't know. I just don't like that change very much, and I think it's just going to cause more problems than. And I'm kind of surprised that Blizzard did that. I don't know why.
I was gonna say I feel like especially with Heroes of the Storm, Blizzard's kind of having a little bit of an identity crisis because they want it to be this casual, accessible MOBA, but at the same time they do stuff like that caters to the hardcore.
Yeah.
And
To the esports.
They're trying to set the fence.
You spread yourself too thin, and all of a sudden nobody cares anymore. You know, you sort of ruined it. Because do you guys remember before Heroes of the Storm came out, there was that leak that said internally Blizzard didn't think Heroes of the Storm would be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wonder if, because of its success, they're kind of taking it in a direction that wasn't what they initially envisioned for it,
Yeah. And like everything Blizzard's done, like character wise and like battleground wise, has been like awesome. Like the new battleground they put out is really fun. What it is like there's 3, like, you know how the forts are set up and there's like the 2 layers of forts, but now there's only 1 on each side. And what happens is you can't attack the core directly. What you do is when these altars pop up, you capture it, and if you capture it, you shoot like missiles at the other team's core. So the 2 healths are at 40. So you have 4 bases each. And like if you capture an altar, you shoot 4 missiles at, and it takes off 4 points. But what you can do is you can go to the other team's forts and capture them. So you have all of their forts. So you shoot more missiles at the team, and that's how you take it down. So like that's a really neat and like inventive way to do a new like a map, and like something that the meta for the game that's been established is like totally turned upside down and everything like that, because sieging isn't that as important as it would be in like every other battleground. It's a little bit different.
And then they have a 2-person character too, which is also interesting.
He's actually a lot of fun. I was going to mention him next. Like Cho'Gall is really cool. How he plays, like one person controls it and is the warrior and takes damage. Like when the game starts out, he has like 5,000 health or something like that. But the other person is the assassin, so like they do a bunch of damage. And how it is there's only 4 heroes technically like out there, but there's the 2-in-1, so like it causes this weird like I don't know, it's really hard to explain.
Yeah.
But like he's a lot of fun to play, and like Gall, who's the assassin, can do a ton of damage. And it's just kind of cool because like this is a hero that is also really complicated, but also really good for beginners, because people who play the game can play Cho, who controls the character, and then other people can be Gall and just do damage.
Right.
And there's like an attack that he has where Cho rolls a ball out and Gall activates it, so it does the damage. So like you got the teamwork going with that.
That's
and it's just like cool stuff like that. But yeah, like other than that, I think everything Blizzard has done with Heroes of the Storm has been really good. They've put out a really good game. I think that's just like the one. It's like a small stupid thing, but I think it's their only like misstep in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't see it ever changing. So.
Right.
I just had a great idea
What's that?
for a Heroes of the Storm character.
What's that?
So you know how in Overwatch they included a StarCraft player? They should have a Hearthstone Pro player be a character in Heroes of the Storm. And then you play a game of Hearthstone. That's your mechanic.
Or you have like certain cards or something.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it too.
That would be really cool.
I like that idea. Copyright it.
Could you imagine the game just like taking a quick halt for the Hearthstone match?
Take his turn. That'd be great.
That would be very entertaining to me to watch that breakdown. But that I played that, and then the other one's Overwatch. Now I took no notes for this, so this is gonna be off the cuff, so it might be a little messy. So I played for I think 6 hours on Friday.
Nice.
I'll start off by saying I do really like Overwatch. I'm bad at it though.
Okay.
It's kind of
different.
It's very different because I equate it to like a MOBA of shooters. It's like Team Fortress, and every character does their own different things. So there's like warrior heroes who are tanks and whatnot, and then there's people who are the damage dealing ones. There are support ones who heal and like do all that stuff, and then there's builders who build turrets and can turn into turrets and stuff like that. So in this, there was 3 maps. There's like 8 or 9 in the game, but they wanted to, when they opened the game up for the weekend to more people, that they wanted to get more data on these 3 maps. So it was Kings Row, Watchpoint Gibraltar, and Hanumura were the 3 maps. So the different maps play like, one of them is you capture a point, and then a payload will come out, and you have to escort it all the way to the other team's base. That was on Kings Row. And same thing with Watchpoint Gibraltar. That was the objective for it. And on Hanumura, it's like your normal, like sort of like domination, Eric. You capture a point, and then you can go to the other one and capture the other point and whatnot. So those were the 3 maps that they featured, and all the characters were in the game. I think there's 21 characters.
Wow.
So yeah, like you got to see a lot of different heroes out there. So like the one I played a lot of was Tracer, who was kind of like the poster character of the game. And what she does is she's really cool. She's got dual like submachine guns, and her ability is she doesn't sprint, but what she does is teleport. So like you'll just be teleporting across the map, and you have a 3 charge for it. So once you use the 3 charges, you wait like a little bit for it to respawn. And even if you use 1 or 2 and then wait, like it'll respawn from that. Like you don't have to use all 3. So like this is also the hero that like people who want to be like, oh, I'm real good, play. For whatever reason, I really like those heroes. Like, that's why I play as, like, Nova and Heroes. For whatever reason, I've always been like, I want to do a lot of damage. So that's what Tracer does. And, like, it's a lot of fun to, like, manipulate these abilities and whatnot. And, like, her E ability, like, there's different abilities everybody has. There's, like, the E, R, and Q. And, like, one of her buttons, she activates, she rewinds. So the last place she was, she goes back to it. So, like, you'll teleport. And, like, if you're like, oh, that was a bad spot to put myself into, you can quickly press that button and you'll rewind. So, like, you'll get converged on by a bunch of people. And, like, you just teleport out of it. Yeah. And it's really cool. So, like, that's who I played as a lot of. But I used Mercy in support. And she's a healer. And what she does is she, like, kind of, like, uses her wand to either, like, give you a shield or bump your health up. So, like, you just kind of go from hero to hero. And what she does is she glides to different heroes on the map. So, like, if I saw Dan running across the stage, I could press my sprint button, and I would just, like, kind of glide to you, and I'd be healing you while I do it. So, like, the different heroes all have, like, their own different abilities and stuff like that. So it's really cool. So it has the touch of a MOBA in it, but with it being a shooter with a central objective.
One of the things I wanted to mention is it's a little bit weird as a shooter. I played something similar, which I can't talk about yet. But one of the things that's different is like you're used to playing shooters like a 1-kill headshot, and that taking the player down. But like even headshots, like it takes a few headshots to take a player down, and that's weird. And it takes a little while to get used to that.
It really is. And like every hero too, and this has a different health pool. So like Tracer has 150 hit points, which is really low. And a hero like Reinhardt, who I thought was overpowered, has like 500. He's a tank, and what he does is he has this big hammer. He has a shield that he can put up. He has an ability where he shoots he slams his hammer down and like an energy wave, it goes out and hits people, and it does a lot of damage. And then he has a sprint ability where he like steps and then locks and charges. So like he can use that as an ability, or if he hits somebody, he pins them up against the wall. And then his ultimate is where he slams the ground and like everybody in the area falls down and is stunned for a bit. I thought Reinhardt was overpowered because when I played as him, I destroyed everybody with him. And when you went against him, like you couldn't stop him. There's ways around it, but like everybody was just, a lot of people were new, so like trying to figure out the game at that point. So like nobody really knew what to do. Let's see what else. I also played Reaper, who is another hero, who is the guy who wears like the skull mask, wearing all black, the dual shotguns. What he does is he does a Reaper walk where he doesn't turn invisible, but he becomes like a wraith, so you can see him, and he like doesn't take damage, but he's like sprinting through like an area, so you can't be hit. So like you can get away from that, and then like you can spawn and be ready to shoot, like if you go into a building and stuff like that. But yeah, like a lot of the heroes, you have to have like a good team build to be effective.
Like in a MOBA.
And like different heroes are very good at like either attacking or defending. Like one of them is called Lucio, and he's like a musical-based hero. I didn't play him, so I don't know his abilities very well. But like he's better on attacking, and then as opposed to defending.
I like that.
Yeah,
Music based.
yeah, he's really cool. He
Is he like a modern bard?
I was gonna say like a bard.
sorta. He has rollerblades, and he rollerblades
He's
through
a
the
very
map,
modern bard.
and he can like wall ride a little bit on the walls, and like he heals people, and he's really fast hero, and he kind of like buffs people a little bit too, and like his weapon is like he shoots like a sound wave.
I might use him.
He's pretty cool. I saw a lot of people using him. So
Sounds pretty awesome.
and there's a lot of really cool heroes in the game. Like there's Bastion who sets up like turrets and whatnot, and like you can just sit up on top of like a building and like rain down turret fire. But like I can be Tracer and I can zap up to him and like get behind him and kill him and stuff like that. And there's like your sniper heroes. There's Widowmaker who uses a bow, or not a bow, a sniper rifle, and then there's Hanzo who uses a bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm.
So like these heroes all do something different, and they have ultimate abilities.
Yeah.
I had no issues. Like there was no. I felt like the servers weren't actually stressed. I don't know. Like they wanted to push them, but they had no lag or anything like that. I don't think they went. They might have went down like on Sunday because I only played Friday night because I was busy the rest of the weekend.
Right.
So like I said, I put in 6 hours and there was no. And from like I was on the subreddit and like nobody said like the servers had any issues and whatnot. But you know, one thing I do think they should do is they should let some of the people who are in that beta keep playing. Because I know people who play the game now complain that they wait 10 minutes for a match.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They need to have more people in it, especially because like the big streamers now who got in aren't playing it now.
Right. They're playing Fallout.
They're playing Fallout and other games. So I think it would probably be good for Blizzard to.
I think people got the beta access to the World of Warcraft thing too.
Yeah, definitely. But I also do think the people that got in now because they're gonna do more of these weekends where they have people come in and play. I think the people who got in aren't gonna be in the next wave. So like that gives you guys the opportunity to get in.
All right.
So
It's not gonna happen.
I got mine out of the way now.
Dan and I are never going to get in.
Nope.
Blizzard says no. But a lot of people like were criticizing the game a little bit, saying like it's not that great. A lot of people's hype went down. I saw more positive than negative, but there are some.
What were the negative thoughts?
Some people complained about the maps and the objectives were all the same. It's basically either capturing points on the map or capturing a point to direct a payload to another point. And Blizzard, I read, said that the characters that they have are balanced for like all the objectives. So I don't know how they're gonna. Blizzard's very focused on balance, as everybody knows.
Yeah.
So like they don't know how they would have more multiple game modes. So there might not be that many game modes in this, but
As long as it's fun to play, that's all that matters.
yeah, and I had a lot of fun. It was like I was getting frustrated, like I would for a shooter. But that's just how I get when I lose and don't do well. Yeah, there's like kills, and then there's final blow. So if you get a final blow, which is like for heroes, it would be the kill.
Yeah.
And then there'd be the assist, which is like if you shot somebody once or whatever, whatnot.
Mhm.
And the cool thing at the end of the game is you can vote for the most valuable player.
I like that.
Yeah, so like, and they have a play of the game at the end. So like, it'll be like I had one where I was Tracer, and I was like player of the game, and it was Tracer, me, and then it showed me like where I teleported behind somebody, killed them, teleported to another area, killed them, rewinded, and threw my grenade, and it stuck somebody and killed 2 people.
Nice.
I don't even think my brain could handle all that at one 10-second interval.
And let me tell you, like some of these heroes are really hard to kill because Tracer is like a really short British woman, and they're small, like small characters, and like Widowmaker. You can even tell where Widowmaker is on the map because most of the female characters are really small. So like hitting them is impossible.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know. But yeah, you can vote. Like they have stats for like, oh, this person took the most damage during the game. Yeah. Winston's a cool hero.
Yeah.
Too, by
Is
the
he
way.
the big gorilla?
Yeah, he's the big gorilla.
Will, could
Now-
a person... Oh, go ahead, Eric.
Is the gunslinger dude in there? Like the Western?
McCree, yeah.
Is he good? Did you try him?
I did not try him. I only tried like 5 heroes.
I wanted to try him.
I know he got nerfed recently. So,
He already got nerfed.
but
Okay.
yeah, and the heroes they announced, or characters, whatever they are, they announced at BlizzCon are in there. So
Nice.
yeah,
Will, could I, as a terrible competitive first-person shooter player, have fun with Overwatch?
I would say alone no. With us, yes, as a
Yeah,
team.
that's with anything though.
Because because when you're playing solo queue, you like I would choose a hero and then somebody would choose the same hero. And like it tells you what you need in the team comp. So like, be like you have no builders. So like the last person that'll be up there, but they'll just choose like Tracer, even though there's already one on the team and it's another offense hero. You can get away with having kind of a skewed build, but I don't know. I feel like if we had a team going with like a good breakdown, like we could do really well and focus the objective, because like kill death isn't the important part of this game. So like I mean, for me it bothers me still because I'm still in my Call of Duty high school days.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as a team you would have a lot of fun. As I don't think you would like it that much if you played alone.
You're letting me down. Just based
Maybe.
on what I've been seeing and hearing about the game, I envisioned it being like hugely successful, but based on what you're telling me, I don't know anymore.
I was surprised
be.
that you and Dan were that interested in it, to be honest.
I still think this is going to be a big success for them.
Yeah,
Oh,
it will
sure
be.
it will be.
Yeah.
I just feel like if I would say it for all of us, really, I don't think any of us would really like it alone.
Yeah.
But
Once I found out it had a $40 price tag too, that kind of
that's
Cooled off a bit.
cooled me off on it. I still want to play it, but
because like the way I look at it is, are you going to want to pay $40 for this if you're going to be playing alone?
right. That's just it.
That yeah.
And even multiplayer games I really enjoy, I play for a month and then I'm usually done.
Exactly. I think me and Eric, out of everybody, would like it the most alone.
Yeah.
But that's because we've been playing shooters like that for a long time. I think
We can split it.
we could. Well, no, we wouldn't both be able to play
I
it.
think you have to have an account.
Yeah.
Shit. Blizzard.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But if all of us were playing like a lot, this game would be easily worth the 40.
Yeah.
But that's up to us as a podcast to be able to actually
We'll have to evaluate when the time
effectively do
comes.
that. Yeah, I mean, that was another one of the complaints that people had was solo
Yeah.
playing, and I can see that. But I thoroughly enjoyed playing it. I had fun through my 6 hours.
Okay.
And I was upset when I went to go play it the other day and couldn't.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Mhm.
Eric, you have anything?
Yep, couple things. But I wanted to start, Dan,
Yes. Oh.
thanking whomever anonymously gave another donation to my Extra Life campaign. Very generous donation.
Absolutely.
Whomever you are, that was very nice of you.
Yeah. Thank you very
And
much.
thank you for the kind words, too.
Yep.
Said they were a long-time listener and,
Yeah.
enjoyed the podcast and all that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
So thank you for that. And let's see, I want to talk about Snappimals, which I got for my mobile.
Snappables.
The reason that I got that one is somebody mentioned in one of the reviews that it was kind of similar to Pokemon Snap, which I loved on Nintendo 64. So I was like, shit, I'll try this game out.
Hey Eric,
And it is, yeah.
before you get started, how do you spell that?
Snap,
Uh-huh.
IMALS.
Snappimals. Okay.
Yeah. And I haven't played it too much. I'll probably play tonight while I'm lying in bed when I get home. But yeah, you basically, like, the first area is a jungle. And you go through the jungle and there's, like, monkeys and elephants and, like, these little deers and a baboon. And you try to get the best picture you can. They judge you on, like, size of the picture and angle of the picture. Stuff like that. And that's, like,
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Snap.
It's great.
Did Zynga make that
It's
game?
dumb fun. I don't believe Zynga did make that
Okay.
game, no. The thing that they get you with is you run out of film. You can pay for more film or you can wait.
Okay.
I'll wait.
Right.
But it's also got like upgrade to your like museum and like ticket booths to your museum where you hang your pictures and stuff like that. So
Huh.
a little bit of that kind of stuff going on too. But I've had fun with it for the brief time that I played. It was fun.
Can you upgrade
report
your
back.
lens?
I don't know. Maybe.
Probably.
It's cool though. Like if you liked Pokemon Snap, I would suggest you try it out.
Scratches that itch.
Yeah, definitely. Still need Pokemon Snap 2 though.
Yeah.
Still clamoring for that. The other thing I played was I bought Forza Horizon 2 on the Xbox One Black Friday sale. I got the standard edition for $25, which is the cheapest I've ever seen that game. It never goes on sale.
Yeah.
I watch the sales every week and it's never on sale. So I picked it up. It's one I've had my eye on, and I'll tell you what, Forza knows how to put together a package.
Yeah.
Like the regular Forza games have just like this classy feel to them. Like I don't know, just the way they present everything. It's just so cool to me.
Yeah.
So Forza Horizon is more of like an arcadey racer.
It's open, kind of open world.
Yeah, it's an
too.
open world. You can drive all over the place, and you don't really get penalized for it. So the theme behind this one is it's the Horizon Festival, and that's kind of like what everything evolves around. That's where your garage is, at least right now. I haven't gotten too far into it, but it's definitely got like a festival vibe to it with the music and everything and all the partying that's going on. And I think it's set. I want to say it's in Italy along like the cliffs or something, something like that. Really cool look to it, and it's just so well put together, and they just nail the aesthetic part of it. I really appreciate that about them. So, having a good time with that.
Nice.
Looking forward to playing some more of it.
This is the only racing game I've ever really wanted to play.
It was very well reviewed. People loved it, so that's why I wanted to get it. And it's an Xbox exclusive, so I always like to get the exclusives. I think Will and I are gonna play some Rainbow Six Siege beta tomorrow
Yeah.
I should download
for next
that.
week. Yes,
What time?
I'm good after 5:30.
Okay. I'll be good around then too.
Perfect.
On PC?
No. Well,
Well, is there a chance you'd play tomorrow at 5?
I'm not sure. I'm on my girlfriend's schedule for the next 4 days.
Corey, I hear you. I'm gonna be at the in-laws from Thursday night to Sunday night. No games.
Bring on the booze.
Well, I'll tell you what, Corey. I could go home and download it, and then if we're gonna play, we play. If we don't, we don't.
Yeah.
Where do I find it on there?
You play probably.
Yeah, you play.
Like, go to uplay.com.
Ubisoft download. It's a client like Origin or Steam. You have to try and that's my thought too. I'm like, I don't remember my Uplay login info. That's gonna be a
I
bitch.
probably
Just-
do just because of
It's just kinda the
Assassin's
same.
Creed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All you gotta do is play a Ubisoft game, and then the client just opens. And I don't think you have to sign in, because I think it automatically does it.
Okay.
Because it's tied with your Steam account.
Oh, that's right.
So
Okay, so I'll download like Child of Light.
just play.
Every time I log into Origin, which is every time they have the free game on the house, it's the only time,
Yep.
I have to reset my password because I can never remember what it is.
So I'll need to download like the Uplay client.
No, if you have any Ubisoft games in your Steam library, apparently you can sign in.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Eric. Download Child of Light.
I probably know what my password is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, download the Uplay client and then sign in from there.
The beta should be in there.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like
I've never
like,
played Uplay stuff on the PC.
like Battlefront. Uplay sucks balls.
so. Yeah, well,
Yeah, it does.
it was always pretty janky for
Yeah.
Batman.
It sucks ass.
I think it was. I don't know. Batman's not Uplay.
No, that's
Warner
WB.
Brothers, some jank.
Yeah, they have their own
It's like the only game that uses that.
stupid
yeah.
account shit.
I took a picture of a chimp, Eric.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
How you like it?
It's
That's
silly.
cute,
It's
right?
kind of neat looking.
Very
fun.
silly.
From what I can see. Okay.
I think that's all I played, Dan.
All right. Corey, do you have anything?
I just want to talk about, I had quite a few fun Rocket League games of late. A lot of real close ones. I don't know if the matchmaking is getting better or not, but I had a few firsts today. I had an aerial goal, but I did it with great style. It's one of the ones where I had to use full boost to like just tip it up a little bit further. But when I did, I landed, fell on the top of my car, and slid in the goal underneath the ball.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
It was really cool.
Did you save it?
Score. Yeah, I saved the replay on that. These other ones I kept forgetting, though. I was like, oh, I'm going to save the replay for this one. And then when it comes time to do that, I just forgot and blanked and don't have it. It's lost to the ether. Or does it save them for a certain amount of time?
I
don't think so.
Yeah. Another one I had, just like a really cool save at like center court. It was one of those ones that you could tell by the trajectory that it was going to, just go right in the net or like take a bounce and then go in. So I just headed it off at the pass and was like all the way up at the top of the court.
Yeah.
And that's where I stopped it, and that was really cool. But then I had a 3v2 game where I was on the 2, and I had a hat trick, and we won 3-1.
Those are the best games.
Nice.
Yeah, the guy I was playing with, we just kept complimenting each other, like, wow, nice shot. Like, we were beating 3 guys star 2.
Every time that's happened to me on PS4, after the game, if we won, I always get a friend request from the person.
That's awesome.
Friends for life.
Yep.
It's funny, too, because the game right after that, we were on opposing teams, and there was a play like at his end, and he was playing goalie, and I just gave him a nice nudge, and then he did the same to me at our end a little bit later on in the game.
It's like the Foligno brothers.
Yeah, there you go.
That actually happened to me in Halo. I think it was Halo 3 back in the day playing online. It was 4v2. And we were playing Team Slayer or something, and we came from behind and won because we the two of us hunkered down in one spot. We ended up coming from behind and winning the game. So afterwards, the guy friend requested me, and we were friends on Xbox Live for a while. But I don't think we ever played again after that.
No.
But
it's nice to
still
have
cool.
that.
Yeah, still a cool moment.
I actually did play with one of them again, but
okay,
not usually.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice though when you come from like a position of being an underdog, how you have that immediate relationship with that other person.
Yeah.
The best is when you get down though, and then you come back when you're 3-2 and you come back and you win. Oh man, I get so fucking pumped when that happens. Oh, it's the best. That game is too good.
A lot of fun.
Anything else, Corey?
Nope.
Okay. The only other thing I played, other than a lot of Fallout 4, was Yoshi's Woolly World. Which, like I said, the wife got me for our anniversary. We didn't play that much. We did three levels. It's just an adorable game.
The cutest.
Yeah, the art style is fantastic. Everything's like handcrafted, like made out of cloth. And damn it, I do too much talking with my hands, and then I bash my microphone.
I've been hitting the mic a lot today too.
Yeah. Everything's like knitted and handcrafted, and pieces of fabric like stitched together. At least to this point, we haven't had too much trouble with it, but we're in the easy levels. We kind of get in each other's way a little bit. There's, I think it's the B button on the Wii U controller, or is it the A button? I don't know. They're switched from Xbox 360, so or that the Xbox controller.
Yeah.
But you eat the other person, and then turn them into a yarn ball, which is kind of disconcerting if we're trying to make jumps and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's fairly simple mechanically. Like you have your jump, and you've got like a floaty jump that you can use to get on other things. But you also swallow yarn balls. So when Yoshi eats an enemy, you press down on the D-pad, and he like poops it out into a yarn ball, and you throw yarn balls. Like that's you could throw yarn balls at enemies. You could throw them at through like sponge type of material, like in Corey. You remember Rayman?
Yeah.
How the little guy would go through the like cake in the Mexican food levels.
Oh yeah.
That type of thing. Like you would go eat through that material or whatever.
I got you.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's also like more advanced platforming things that you can find in the game. So this one, there's you got to find the yarn from other yarn Yoshis that gets taken by the bad guy right at the beginning. So you got to find those yarn balls, and there's little flowers that you need to find. And then every level there's 20 different stamps that you can collect for posting in the Miiverse. So you got to make sure you collect all the gems in there too for that. So We haven't played that much. Maybe an hour tops, but
That art
it's really
style's
fun.
so good, isn't
It
it?
is very, very good.
Oh.
It's very pleasing.
Mhm.
Very pleasing. So we'll probably, like I said, my wife has about 3 weeks left of school, so we'll be able to play some more games after that. Play some Yoshi. Hopefully back to Skylanders too.
Yeah.
So
I know you haven't played much, Dan, but
yeah.
is there a good reason to play this game?
I would say it's not one to play by yourself.
Okay.
I mean, it's a platformer. It's a cute platformer, but I think co-op is really the way you experience Yoshi's Woolly World.
That's what I would get. It doesn't seem like there's any like groundbreaking kind of thing in there.
No, I mean, if you've played any of the like Yoshi's World games, it's similar to those.
Yeah.
You play it for the art style, really, and it's really neat to see how they create the worlds out of, like I said, yarn and cloth and all the handcrafty type stuff. Excuse me, but yeah, I mean, I can certainly let you borrow it at some point.
I want to play this
if you
really
wanna play
bad.
it. It's a cool game.
I accidentally let my GameFly subscription
I'll go for another month.
go for another month, which is all right because I think it's like 20 some bucks, and I'll get
Okay.
that money's worth. And I'll probably get this on there too. I got Mario Party 10 in the mail yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Just gotta find
That-
someone to play with me.
No
That-
Splatoon?
Oh god.
Not yet.
That's
You don't want to play Mario Party by yourself?
No.
that's the perfect GameFly game.
Yeah. Yep. Hopefully I can round up 3 other people at least and play some Mario Party.
Yeah, because they're fun, but
I'll drive up and play.
playing by
Yeah.
yourself.
Well, I might be coming out. Well, I'm definitely coming out on Saturday
Yeah.
for some celebrationing, but maybe even Friday. I don't know yet.
Whoa.
Dang. Okay. That's all I played. Do we have anything else we want to talk about game-wise?
I got nothing.
Not played wise, nah.
All right. Feedback?
Yeah, we got a long email from Tito
Oh, cool.
about Fallout, I believe.
Oh, beautiful.
How much we hate talking about Fallout.
Stupid game.
I will try and read it without coughing. All right. Email from Tito in LA who says, Tito in LA with a long one. Sorry. I meant to get this in last week for the Fallout 4 episode, but I got sidetracked with work. Story. Still continuing my playthrough of Fallout 4 using the parent state of mind approach. I normally can't play games that are this wide open, but playing this as a mother, it keeps me focused on doing this story. It's really made me enjoy the game. I found myself doing things I've never done before in games. I'm actually declining certain missions or picking dialogue options I normally wouldn't. For example, when Preston asked me to lead the Minutemen, I told him I had my own problems and I couldn't focus on that right now. Codsworth disliked that too. I would never do this before. Before I accepted every mission, and normally I pick dialogue options that will get people to like me. I think it's awesome because my personal experience is making the story better because I had similar problems as Corey, where it just felt too weird avoiding the major plot. This doesn't mean I'm only focusing on story missions and not exploring other things. While traveling on a mission, he says I rarely ever use fast travel. I let myself explore because it makes sense for scavenging, or if a building is in my way, I'll check that out. I'm at the part where I need to go into the glowing sea. It's a big moment in the story because story-wise, my character is trying to figure out what I'll need to survive that mission. So if this were a movie, this is the montage sequence where I go back to the base and start stockpiling necessities and getting everything ready for my upcoming mission. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to roleplay with my second character.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have to. Because, like I said, when I beat the game, I'll have experienced like most of the things that you can experience in the game.
Yeah.
So I'll just go and roleplay like that kind of.
But
Go ahead.
at the same rate, like there's only the dialogue. It just boils down to yes, no, maybe, sarcastic.
Yeah,
Those are your 4 options.
I kind of get that. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm with Corey on that one.
I think the role playing opportunities I think are limited. In
Yeah.
this for sure.
I don't know. Tito seems to be enjoying it.
Yeah, well, that's like what he's doing is one of the 2 ways you
Right.
can role play.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay.
What's the other way to roleplay?
Just say yes to everybody.
Okay.
You know, he's
Be a
kinda
yes
saying,
man.
yeah, as
Play it-
opposed to a
play
no
it-
man.
Okay.
Yes,
I don't
man.
know. Yeah. I have
I'm-
so many mixed feelings about Fallout 4, but I still really like it.
I mean, how many shades of gray do you want though? Like,
At
I
least
kinda-
3.
well, no, I kind of like that. I kind of like that
Zing.
it keeps you a little bit focused in this. You know.
Yeah. I guess, but it's just I don't know. I'm used to something else, I think. It feels
al-
like a step back. And I think they're restricted because they did voice acting for all of it.
Yeah. No, a lot of people didn't like the voice acted main character specifically.
It's really easy to just let a writer have a lot of fun. You know,
Yeah.
it's an easy thing to implement in a game is script.
That's fair. I personally like
Dialogue
the
trees and-
voiced main character.
I think they had a vision for the main story and
Yeah.
wanted to really go all in on it.
I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like the voice acting. I really like the voice acting, but I don't think everything needs to be voice acted.
I know. Yeah, I see what you're saying. You wanted like a happy medium between a Mass Effect and a Skyrim. I
Yeah.
guess. Okay. Moving on to Tito's email. Bugs. I had one scripting bug that I thought was weird. When going to Diamond City, I entered the bar where Paul Pembroke got in a fight with Henry Cook, the bartender, because Paul's wife wouldn't come home from the bar. I didn't do anything, and it couldn't talk to the characters because the game said the character is busy. They start shooting at each other at the bar, and Henry kills Paul. Paul's wife doesn't even flinch and continues drinking. Everyone leaves. Later on, after getting Nick Valentine, Paul's wife comes to me asking if I've seen her husband. I could admit that he was dead. The top option was something about Henry Cook, but what was weird is I also had the option of admitting I killed him, the bottom option. I laughed because of how distorted this side mission became. Hopefully I didn't miss any good loot from it. I actually just did that mission, Tito. Mine had a different outcome, but yeah, that was kind of weird. I agree.
I didn't do this.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Spoilers.
Nah, not really. Like I said, mine ended up completely differently than that. Mods. In order to join my playthrough, I've installed a couple mods. I changed my encumbrance to 1,000 because the inventory management started to cripple my enjoyment. Normally, I would do a mission or two, then unlock at base or unload it back at base. But I got to the point where even after unloading and keeping things I wanted for playing, I only had 40 pounds free, which is pretty much nothing. I didn't want to drop the weapons I had or the armor I like to switch to, so I said, fuck it, and modded that shit. Now I start with 1,000, and every point of strength adds 50 instead of the normal 20 to 25. I might go back and use 500 instead of 1,000. I know people say it's not immersive for the unlimited carrying weight, but in my opinion, it's already not immersive to begin with. But it does cheapen the gameplay component by going with limited. That's why I still keep a limit. And surprise, surprise, the game is still enjoyable. In fact, even more so. One of the things I like about this game is that you can do stuff like that and make it enjoyable for
Yeah.
yourself.
I
Exactly.
didn't know that each strength point adds 25 points or 25 pounds of carrying.
Yeah.
10.
10.
I think it depends on your character.
Yeah,
There's,
if
a,
you're-
there's a perk that gives you plus 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a hunk, you get that perk.
Made a pretty hunky guy.
Wait, it depends on your character?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
depends on the perks and stuff that you unlock.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Corey.
Yeah.
So I should do the perk, not the strength points.
Yeah, I mean, you might have to get the strength points to the point where you can unlock the perk.
I
But
can do the perk.
yeah.
I almost did it today.
Okay. I'm going to.
I
at
went
some
for
point, too.
armor 1.
Okay.
You idiot.
I know. Well, it's getting bad.
I can
The
imagine.
inventory management's getting rough. It's like I have like literally like 15 pounds free on me, which is nothing, as you know.
Wow.
After all your stuff?
Yeah,
Really?
my armor's heavy,
Oh, that's right. I remember you saying that. Yeah, I tried to keep
but
my
my
armor
guy
light.
looks naked.
It's okay.
He's
Are you
got
wearing, you can wear undergarments. Are you wearing those?
he's got his panties on, but he's got some sort of weird chest armor. It's almost like a cage.
Some clothes you can wear under that. Like I'm wearing the Vault 111 jumpsuit underneath my armor.
Oh,
There's certain pieces of armor that you can wear underneath.
I hope I
Like-
still have my jumpsuit.
Yeah, like,
Like
you can wear like
Brotherhood
uniforms and
stilts.
stuff.
Yeah,
Well, I stole a couple of Vault 114 jumpsuits.
there you go. That would work.
Pick them up. Maybe I'll toss one of them babies on.
Yeah, because you can use those for added electricity and not electricity, radiation stuff bonuses.
Yeah.
So
Okay, yeah, maybe I'll give that a whirl.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's butt ass naked.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I can
Heavily
imagine.
armored, but also naked.
Naked underneath his armor. I'm wearing nothing under my armor.
Yeah.
Knackered.
I did the same thing to Sturgis.
Oh, nice.
He mans my guard towers.
Yeah, I have. I started taking Kate with me again after I maxed out Piper, and I put her in the Vault 114 jumpsuit, and then her armor on top of it.
Nice.
She's wearing like heavy armor. And then Tito goes on to say, I also use a full dialogue mod that shows the entire response of my character instead of a paraphrase. I don't trust the paraphrasing, much like in Mass Effect. Totally agree.
Yep.
Also downloaded the lowered weapons mod, where my character has her gun lowered when not in combat. Small mods that don't alter the game drastically.
Yeah, is
So that's
there a
cute.
way to holster?
Hold down the reload button.
There you go.
Yeah, that'll holster your weapon. Because I do that too. Because
I always feel weird walking into Diamond City with my shotgun out.
yeah, not just that, but like when I have my hand on the mouse, sometimes I accidentally click the shoot button.
I haven't done that.
If I'm wandering around in town and I accidentally like put my finger too heavy on the shoot button, I fire off a round. Obviously.
Heavy trigger finger.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
I
shooting
don't,
at Diamond City Police.
Yeah, I don't want to shoot at anyone in
don't want
Diamond
that.
City,
No.
and then get beat with nightsticks. So.
Take out the good doctor.
So thanks, Tito. Yeah, Fallout. I can talk about it for another.
I could
I gotta
too.
play more so I
Hour.
can talk about it more.
Same
Damn
here.
it.
I discovered something,
Here we go.
and I wanted to do something about it, but I couldn't.
That's
Why you guys
that's all
big
I'm
of a
gonna say.
pansy?
No, the game just doesn't let me.
Oh.
It gives me this information that I uncovered, and it didn't call attention to itself, and I was all excited, thinking it would lead me somewhere interesting, but it just didn't.
I feel like you hate this game deep
Incomplete.
down.
I have a lot of problems with it.
I don't think Corey likes open world games anymore.
I
think
don't
I'm
Which is
starting
why
to,
I said that I thought he was going to find it boring.
I'm starting to think you're right, Dan, and it kind of scares me.
You didn't like The Witcher. You don't like Fallout.
I do like Fallout. That's not fair. I like Fallout quite a bit, but I do
You like
have a lot
Metal-
of problems with it.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, but like only for the 6 hours I played it. 8 hours maybe.
I don't think Corey likes open world games anymore.
I get it.
Corey.
Corey hates games.
They're too bloated.
I think Fallout 4 is a better example of that, though, because what Fallout and Bethesda does that, or doesn't do, I should say, that Ubisoft does. Ubisoft? No, EA.
Watchtowers.
Yeah, and Ubisoft. Yeah, like arbitrary objectives. Like collect all the shards.
Yeah.
Like it's just stupid and pointless and a waste
Yeah,
of
but-
time. Whereas in
the
Fallout,
but-
it's like quests, like objectives that have a
See, it
payout.
depends
a
on the
payoff.
game for me, I guess. I don't like the collectibles necessarily in Assassin's Creed, but I like them in Far Cry.
Yeah.
The collectible.
Same game, different skin.
It is kind of.
Oh, yeah.
One's first person, one's third person.
And you climb towers and like open stuff up and there's
And the collectibles in Fallout actually give you a bonus to your character.
Yeah, like the bobbleheads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking-
there's incentive, and a lot of times they are in interesting places. It's not just like the shards in Dragon Age was just.
Oh.
But I felt like I had to do it because of the
Yeah.
way my brain works.
That's why it took me 92 hours to beat Dragon Age.
It took me 115.
I'll have more than that in Fallout by the time I'm done with it. There's no
whenever I
question.
find a bobblehead, I get so excited.
Yeah, I love the
Same here.
bobbleheads. I love that you can
got
put them in
your
your little
display?
stand, of course.
The comic books too.
Fantastic. I haven't
Wait, what?
I haven't built a comic book
You haven't
stand.
collected comics.
Yeah.
There's a comic book stand?
Yeah.
No, just the comic collecting them, just seeing. Picking
Oh
them
yeah,
up.
there is a comic book stand though.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, like a shelf you can put them on. Like the bobbleheads. I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
I haven't built that yet,
I need to do that.
but it's good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
What's our topic next week?
I don't think we have one yet.
Fallout.
Fallout 4
Revisited.
2.
What's coming out?
Siege.
Siege.
Siege and
Just
Just
Cause.
Cause.
Not Just Cause. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Syndicate, but I don't know if I'll have time to play it.
Like I said, I won't be able to play games till Monday at the earliest. Because
Yeah.
tomorrow I'm playing Fallout.
That's what I like to
Or no,
hear.
Will and I are playing Siege. And then Fallout.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, next week we should be back at Thursday recording. We recorded a few days early because I remembered, I think it was this weekend that that Thursday is Thanksgiving. I just don't think that far ahead,
Yeah.
So, yeah, back to Wednesday, Thursday. Topic TBD as usual. We'll probably let you know Monday or Tuesday when we finally decide what the topic's going to be. But yeah, that'll do it for episode 227 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host Dan.
I'm Eric.
Will.
Corey.
Thanks for listening, and get out of my basement.